We're live.
We are.
Oh, yeah. Good afternoon or evening, I should say. Well, it depends on. I'm sure somebody will watch this tomorrow afternoon at some point. Scott Alden.
Hey. Lance Meister. What's up?
It is March 9th in the year of our Lord, 2022.
Yeah.
This is the weekly Alaboom. Welcome, everyone,
Welcome.
to the evening of hijinks and discussion and tons of things that we can't talk about because of spoilers.
I know nothing.
Like, say, the Batman. I have so many thoughts on the Batman, and I can't discuss it. Yep, no, and I won't.
I won't be seeing that until it comes out on the. There's no way I'm sitting in a theater for 4 hours.
Yeah, on the same.
It's
3.5 or whatever it is.
It's 2 hours, 56 minutes.
Oh, you don't count the trailers?
Well, here's the deal.
That would be 3 hours, 56 plus another 20. Or do they only show one trailer? Or do they show full trailer?
So, doesn't your place have a? See, ours like has the, well, you can position yourself so you're not around anybody else, like selecting your seats and stuff.
No, I've not seen that. I mean, sure, that's assuming no one goes, and there's seats to be had. But who's going to stop you from? Who's going to stop? What's going to stop someone from coming to sit next to me?
Yeah, be all up on all these
You
grills.
just bring out the guns; they'll stop them. Hey, well,
God, Scott, show who the man is. Now, regardless of the theater seating thing, I wouldn't sit in a theater for 3 hours for a movie, regardless.
No,
You know,
that's pushing my limits.
yeah,
I mean, that's 4 hours.
is.
I mean, it's 3.5. Because
but if you know there's gonna be like a half hour worth of trailers, just show up for the movie 15 minutes later. You don't have to go there for the trailers.
I don't like coming in dark.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, whatever. I haven't been in like three years. The last movie I saw was Star Wars.
This is Will, everybody.
Hey guys.
Well,
that's Scott Alden, the Grand High Poobah, the $86 million man.
oh, Black Flags. We were talking about the Black Flags last. It was 2 weeks ago.
Nice.
Cool.
Awesome.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet you guys.
I came in for the fun and the hijinks. Oh, we can talk. I want to talk about Will's game quickly because it's the beginning of the thing and I want to talk about it. But I came up with a new game for us to play. So as I'm waiting patiently for
no more heads up.
No, no, we're not gonna.
Oh, I need to cancel my subscription.
Yeah, you do that. You cancel that. All right. So
watch it not work.
So do you? I mean, some of you. I mean, and those in the audience also probably maybe can consider themselves to be board game snobs. So the whole idea about this,
I like all games.
Most games.
Just that you know a lot about board games.
Oh, sure.
Not like, I wouldn't deign to play that because it's blah. You know stuff about board games. Not that. So anyway, admittedly this is stolen, but it is. So I'm going to come up with a snobbery type of thing.
Snobbery.
Well, tonight it's going to be board game snobs, and then like maybe next week it'll be movies of the 80s snobs, or whatever, and it's just but I'll get more into that in a little bit, so
where are you based out of, Will?
I'm in Springfield, Missouri.
Okay.
Where are you guys?
I'm in Dallas.
Minnesota.
Oh, Dallas.
I'm in Delaware.
Delaware. Nice.
Missouri's driving distance to Dallas. You should come to BGCon.
Absolutely. I will for sure.
Yeah.
Missouri's close to Dallas. Yeah?
It is.
Haven't been to Texas.
I mean, it's not close, but it's not far. I think it's a 1-day drive. I think. Where is it?
Yeah. No, it's not far. I've been a few times, but it's been a while. So.
You never been to BGCon, Will?
I haven't.
Huh.
You're not messing with this shit show. I'm kidding.
You wanted some games, Barry. I still haven't sent you the gift card yet.
The reason's for you, not for me. Yeah, I'll get to
know, I'm
that later.
I'm sending it to you.
No, I'm kidding. Actually, BGG is one of my favorite cons.
Awesome. Yeah, I've
Not just saying that.
I've wanted to several times. It just the connection hasn't been made yet. So, but it will be soon.
Is Black Flag's your first game?
It's the first game with Trifecta Game Studios. That's
Okay.
my wife and I's baby. I published a few games before with a previous company called Playco Games, and we launched a couple of Kickstarters and everything. But now I'm off on my own with just my wife and I, and this is our first baby. So
Cool.
yeah, absolutely.
I don't think I backed it. Did I back it?
I know I didn't. I don't back
We
anything.
talked about it like last.
Yeah, we did talk about that.
You back everything, Scott.
Not so much these days. I've burned out. Oh, I haven't backed it. It just went live.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're week
Okay, cool.
1 right now. So I pretty much launched it at Dice Tower West, and then I'm going to
Dice
follow
Tower
up
West.
next week at Gamma Trade Show and kind of pitch the idea to a lot of retailers and stuff. So
Do you have a booth, or are you just floating?
nope, I have a booth this time.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
So here, this is
I backed
this
it.
is-
awesome, man. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
So this is why I know
like
you'll
pirate
like it,
games.
Scott. This is why I know you'll like it. It's because it has open gameplay, which I know you like. Which you don't like railroading. So
Right.
like you get to play the game how you want to. I mean, you're a pirate, but there's a lot of different ways you can score points. So going and like collecting gold, yeah, you can try to be a pirate and get gold, but you can also just I'm going to buy goods at this port that are cheap here, and I'm going
Buy
to
low,
try to
sell
make
high
it.
kind of thing.
Yeah, buy low, sell high. So there's some pick up and deliver stuff
That's
going
cool.
on.
I like that.
It's on a circular board that the concentric rings that you have to move in a clockwise direction. There's one small thing you can do that's slightly move backwards, but for the most part, you just are always moving in a clockwise direction. So moves are at a premium, and so you can go into the center of the board, but it's like a maelstrom basically. That it's dangerous, but if you can risk reward going into the middle, then like literally everything else on your next turn, if you can get out, is 3 spaces away from you, and that's how fast you can move. You can move 3 spaces, and you can spend morale and stuff like that to move faster. But for the most part, you're moving 3 spaces. So
It's competitive, right? So it goes around the board,
Yeah.
kind of. Okay.
Yeah,
But the cool thing is if you go into the maelstrom in the middle, when you escape, like literally anywhere you want to go on the board, you can reach. So it is definitely worth going. It isn't one of those things where I'm never going to go there. No, I mean, it's like, oh wow, I've got all this. I managed to get all this gold and gems. I need to get it to the Golden Island, which is where you get to bury your treasure if you want to. And buried treasure at the end of the game is worth double points. So you want to make it there as fast as possible, and then bury that stuff, because then people can't assault your ship and try to take that stuff from you. So that's also one of those things where it's like using the maelstrom to get at somebody who is currently weighed down with all kinds of fabulous jewels that you want to grab. You can use that as your gateway to get to them, because if you can get out the next turn, you can hit them and you can try to steal their stuff from them.
Are you stat set back by getting hit, or is it not?
No, because I mean, there's literally, I don't know how many gold coins are in it. Will, like, if you're playing a 4-player game, how many gold coins are there?
242 in a 4-player game.
Yeah, so there's so much gold, right? I mean, that like, oh yeah, somebody comes up and steals your 10 gold that you have on your ship. Well, that's fine. You can get another 10 gold. I mean, it's just, but
Right.
and that's not to say that you can't on your turn try to like go back and
Get it
try
back.
to get it back.
Okay.
The where the fun is though is it's the whole thing of like, unless you're on an island space or in the maelstrom, wherever you end your turn, the person to your right gets to draw basically an adventure card, and they present you with some sort of
Choose your own adventure.
problem, and then they give you, sometimes you don't have a choice, it's just there's only one, but they give you an option, like, do you want to try to outrun the thing that's chasing you, or do you want to try to fight it? And then depending upon which one you choose, you have no idea. One's going to be more difficult than the other, but you don't know. And then there is a difficulty die that you roll, and then very Arkham Horror, like you then, depending upon the skill set of your ship or your sailors, you'll roll a certain number of 6-sided dice, and if at least one of those numbers matches or exceeds the number that you're supposed to get, then you succeed. And it's upgradable. Like as far as like it's fun because like you get to, like, if you get gold, all gold that is spent is removed from the game. So that's how the game ends. When there's no more gold in the game, that's when the game's over. Will, you can interrupt me at any time if you want me to.
Doing a great job,
Yeah.
Lance. So-
No, you're
Why would
so
a
talking.
designer describe his own game?
Yeah, no. So I just realized I'm just talking over the guy who designed it.
No,
No.
you're good.
No. So all gold, like if you spend it, so if you go to a port and you're like, I really want to improve the cannons on my ship, that costs some gold. And so like normally you're like rolling 1 die for those, but if you improve them to 2, then you get to roll 2 dice, and if you improve them to 3, then there's 3 dice. And then each pirate that you can choose from in the game has like some special ability to like +1 to cannons or +1 to seamanship or something like that. So there's some cool things there as well. But and also what you start with is different. There's like a starting set of whatever. So those things are cool too, where it's like you get to actually like upgrade how powerful you are, and you get to like level up. But again, you're spending gold, so you're spending victory points to do that. So there's also like an investment. If I invest and do these things, will it actually be worth it, or would I be better off burying this gold?
What's the playing time like?
Well,
Word in the description, I hope.
Oh, just 30 minutes.
An
hour.
Yeah, an hour. I mean, it hits that 60 minutes. That
Okay.
I mean, at least when I
Oh, that's
played it.
fast.
Yeah,
An hour total.
yeah.
Yeah,
That's
I
super
mean,
fast.
it's
Okay.
it
Go
pushes
ahead.
2 hours sometimes with 4 players. But
Yeah, I mean,
easily
the 4-player game we played, we were done in an hour and a half. But
nice.
that was with a teach.
That seems. Yeah.
But
That's
Yeah.
all.
but to be fair, I play with a bunch of Uber gamers, so like we're pretty cool. So.
Yeah.
But the fun part is the adventure stuff, man. It's just like I can't wait until I get to draw the thing for like the person to my right. I mean, that's the fun thing. It's like there's so many games that do it, but for whatever reason, I just I think of what's the winter zombie game? I can't even think of the name of it right now.
Dead of Winter.
Dead of Winter. Like I think of that, where you
Okay.
draw it and then
That can be a long game, that too.
Yeah, it can.
that. Well, but it isn't that game though.
No,
And
no.
plus, like my other 2 games that I really like that are pirate games are obviously Merchants and Marauders and Shiver Me Timbers, and both of those are very long games, especially Merchants and Marauders. I mean that's
Yeah.
like a 4-player game.
Yeah, I
And
never played it, but I was like,
that's a 3.5
I heard
hour
it's
time.
long.
It is.
Yeah.
It's a long,
Yeah.
long game. But this isn't, and I still feel like a pirate, so it's awesome. So
That was the goal. So
So if you're watching this, you should go to the Kickstarter and look up Black Flags, stories from the Eye of the Sea, right?
that's correct. Yeah, you got
Okay,
it.
yeah, there you go. So and then and give Will some money and get a copy of the game.
Your goal of 19,000. That's a modest goal.
Yeah, that's I would just do this out of my pocket if I had it, so that's why we're up on Kickstarter to get this first print run up and running. That ships out 200 in that funding goal, because I'm doing free shipping international. I've got that figured into everything, and so
Wow.
that's 1,000 copies of the game, and that's fulfilling 250, because if I get 250 backers to back the base game, we'll hit that goal. So
That's
So,
a
yeah.
very
Super optimistic.
that's a very smart
Hopefully
mindset, because
the
I've
war
always
won't affect
yeah,
that.
people are always like, oh, wouldn't it be great if I got X amount of money? It's like, what you should be saying is, how many backers at $50 is it going to take me to hit this? And then saying,
Right.
I think I can get 250 backers. I think I can get 150 backers. I think I can get 1,000 backers. And then setting it
Right.
like that. Very, and like that's a good mindset to have when you're doing it. So there you go.
absolutely.
But
So
Why? How'd you come up with the game, man? I mean, like as far as
25 minutes into it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, obviously, man, I'm a huge fan of just pirates in general. I like getting lost in those worlds. And my one of my best friends and I, we were just kind of talking about, what would make a cool pirate game. And we thought about, kind of using something similar to a rondelle as the centerpiece, just kind of aesthetically. I feel like that's always kind of a side mechanism. And so, I mean, it's really not a rondelle. I mean, because it's a game board that you're moving around, but I mean, it feels like a little like a rondelle in that, it has that cyclical motion and everything. And so we just talked about it one night. And then in March, this time last year, I set a goal for myself to design a new game each month for a year. That was I want to put my big boy pants on and really try to step out of being a hobbyist and move into really trying to do this, and so this was my March game. And at the same time, I've been working with a writer who's writing a novel set in the world of the game. So it's going to be really cool. As soon as we fulfill this, we'll kind of turn around and immediately launch the Kickstarter for the novel. And I really love creating worlds and just really telling stories. That's ultimately what I'm trying to do. So yeah. That's what I'm up to. But yeah, but as far as the nuts and bolts of the game, it honestly, man, it's all trial and error, just how do I want to tell the story that presents certain problems and difficulties, and then I just try to answer those questions. It's basically just a series of problem solving, But I'm also a musician.
A lot of games?
I do. I'm not as avid of a gamer as I should be, because like my core group of friends, games, we're all musicians and stuff, but and so we've really delved into that world a lot. But I've been pulling them into the board game space slowly over time. And so so I play a ton of games, but like my collection is pretty modest right now. But I'm growing it every day, so
Or not to.
yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's just such, it's just a fascinating world to be a part of, and man, just being at Dice Tower West, it had been a while since I'd been to a con, especially as an exhibitor. And it was awesome. I had a 3D printer company called Game Up Games just directly across from me. To my right, I had Eat the Meeple, which was also a 3D printing company that was just getting started.
2 3D printing companies?
Two right beside me. Yeah. And
was GameCrafter there?
I didn't see them there. I'm not sure if they were there or not.
They've got 3D printing on demand now.
Nice.
Well, looks actually pretty good.
Yeah, they were totally different styles. Like Game Up Games stuff looked a lot more playful, in like the colors they chose for the pieces and stuff. Whereas Eat the Meeple was, was a little more grown up, I guess, so to speak, as far as, the intricacies and some of the materials that they were using, like the filaments and stuff were different, a little. Yeah. So, and then Barrel Aged Games was right kind of catty corner for me. Anyway, we were like our little quadrant right there, man. We just had so much fun, and it was just reminded me of how great people are.
I've never been to BGG or BGG Dice Tower. I'm just curious.
You've never been to BGG Con? That's a shit. Who the hell did I meet?
I think, and BGG Con has this is me speaking from our convention. In the pandemic times, now I don't know if that counted last weekend, but seemed like everybody was over it.
Pretty much.
The foot traffic in the exhibitor hall was tough because everybody just wanted to play.
Right. There was, that was a hurdle for sure, because they actually had, I believe, like 2 separate spaces, one for like masking is optional, and then one where it's like mandatory type thing. And so there was a lot of faces, that I would see like in the hallway after the convention each night. And I would just have to walk up to them and like give them my, like a little promo card for the game, because I never saw them on the floor, So it was
optional or required.
Yeah, we were in the required side. It was all kind of put together into one. And so I think
split. Did you get to look around to see how many people were in the required versus optional?
I didn't get much of a look of it. But from the people who I spoke with, there were a lot of people in the optional. And there wasn't quite as many people in the
Required.
mandatory. So I think people are just
I
kind
think
of
it's
ready
fading
to.
away. Yeah.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah.
And,
So.
it has
And
been
Vegas
for a while.
lifted their mask mandate, right? I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
It's not required
yeah.
everywhere. It's just optional. Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
You still got the
Crazy.
mask mandate down there, Scott?
What do you do for? Oh, in Texas? Oh, that's been gone for a long time.
Okay, I was going to say.
I don't even know if we ever had one. I think we had one in Dallas County, like maybe for a couple weeks at one point. It's been Texas is a Wild West, man.
It's a Wild West, man.
What do you do full time? Or a job?
He's a musician. Don't you?
I'm a
that's-
musician.
Unless you're a professional musician, it doesn't pay the bills.
I've played several gigs for money, but it's it's hard to pay bills that way. No, I actually drive for a living. I am an independent contractor delivering different things, and so and then honestly, man, if I'm being completely frankly honest with you, this entire thing going to these 2 conventions, the artwork that I've commissioned and everything, man, I've done all from a budget coming from extra shifts on DoorDash. So I'm just like, when I'm not any free moment I've had for the last year, around here, that's, really good money for Springfield, Missouri, and so I've been able to really hustle extra shifts doing that.
We use DoorDash
and
quite
that's
a lot here. And if you don't, I mean, even the base tip is higher than what sometimes you would pay for in the restaurant.
right. And I spent most of my life.
It auto fills in, right? I mean, you can adjust it, but it's like it doesn't give you
Right.
the cheap out unless someone really goes in and.
Right.
Have you had that happen before?
Like Barry
Well,
does.
As
I
a
tip
driver,
very well, Lance. I know what it's like to work for a living, unlike some people. Okay. I actually tipped on an all-inclusive tip cruise.
nice. That's good on you, man. I've been in the service industry my whole life. Like I've waited tables mostly in fine dining up until I kind of went off on my own doing the driving thing. And it's just you're kind of at the mercy of people's willingness to give, but I try to just give them the best service I can, and I just kind of let that roll into my games and into my music and into my driving gig that I do, and I do well. I mean, on the DoorDash thing, it's pretty cool because as a driver, you get to see whether or not somebody's tipped well or not. And so as an independent contractor, I don't have to take everything they throw at me.
See their they have a rating kind of thing.
Yeah, it just tells you kind of like, hey, you're going to make X amount of. It's basically like playing a game. I mean, it really is, because it's like, hey, it's X amount of money for X amount of miles. You do quick math and decide whether you're going to take that gig or not. You know what I mean? And so, and there was a time when you had to have a certain acceptance ratio. But that's changed now because we're independent contractors. They can't force us to take a gig. So we're
classified.
Yeah. So now it's kind of it's wide open, And so I think it's great because I think it it basically it pushes people to tip or they may have to wait 2 or 3 hours for their food. You know what I mean? And I hate that for them, but it's kind of the nature of the beast.
Oh, because people wouldn't take the job and it just sits there waiting to be picked up.
Yeah.
Kind of
Right.
Right. So you see someone's sort of tipping history and be like, yeah, and everybody skips you, you're not going to get anything.
Right.
Got it. Interesting.
Yeah, it's interesting, man. But yeah, that's so honestly, I've been, working doing that, working for Amazon, doing some deliveries. And then I do that about 40 plus hours a week, depending on, I geared way up. I was up do 50, 60 hours a week to gear up for these 2 conventions this month for the launch of the Kickstarter. But, and then I just come home and I work as many hours as I can on games. Like I said, last year I designed 12 games, and I have to say, those are seeds of games. Like Black Flags, that what I got accomplished in a month was just the basic seed of the idea. And then I spent the next, 7-8 months developing that with my core group. So
cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's fun, man. I'm obsessed. If I played guitar as often as I was sitting here designing games, like I would be Eddie Van Halen. Yeah, exactly, man. It's crazy, but it's just, I'm way more drawn, believe it or not. I'm just so much more drawn to, here's the thing too. I mean, I have a family, it's my wife and I have a bulldog and 2 cats. Those are my children, and so the thing about music is, playing gigs is rough, man. You're in a bar, you're tempted to drink more than you should, and things like that. And from the perspective of just being able to be home and still express yourself artistically, I think game design's brilliant that way. So,
and Kickstarter can make it a dream. That's so cool. I mean, I feel like you are the Kickstarter client.
What are original?
Yeah.
I don't know. I just
you're angry,
frustrated with all the what did you say, Lance?
You're so angry about the fact that, like,
I'm not angry, but I'm just saying I like the idea of Kickstarter as what you're doing, and versus a pre-order system for like a $20 million project.
Right. And I'm to be frankly honest with you, that's it's really scary, from my perspective, because I'm just one guy, trying to get off the ground with this, and I feel like my competition are giants, but I'm not going to let that keep me from.
You're not alone. I think a lot of the smaller startups and independents are frustrated with that.
One of our commenters, one of our loyal boomers, just asked, are the gas prices affecting the DoorDash and other delivery services?
Gosh,
yeah. Well, to be frankly honest with you, we were just in I was just in Vegas, and I only left the Rio one time. Was with the crew from Eat the Meeple. We went and ate sushi, and we drove past a gas station that was like $4.60 or something crazy like that. And I was like, oh man, exactly. And I was like, that's crazy. And they were like, no, that's everywhere. You should call your wife right now. Yeah. Then I got home to Springfield, and I mean, since the last time I did a DoorDash, it's I would say at least $1.50 more than it was the last time I drove. You know what I mean? So now I've got to look at that.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's.
Yeah,
but
I almost I don't want to get political. Never mind. I had to.
I mean, I said something earlier that I'm like, it's not like we couldn't see this coming.
Yeah,
I mean,
right.
When was the last time that gas was over $4, $5?
Yeah.
I mean, it's not that long ago.
Right.
It'll settle down again,
and nothing has changed.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. But it's definitely gonna play an impact. I mean, as it will for anyone and everyone. I'm from the Midwest. Obviously, a lot of fishermen here. I saw a GIF or something earlier today on social media, and he said, if you see me on the stripper pole, that's just me trying to get gas for my boat. And I thought that was, that says it all right there. So
it's for the boat.
Boot a boot.
Yeah, it's.
You guys have a boat, Lance, at the lake?
Yes, and yes. Let's just leave it at that. We do. So it's more of like a giant pontoon that you just take out and throw an anchor out and maybe fish off of it, or just have the kids be able to jump off of it and just swim and have fun. So it is not like some big speedboat or anything like that. Cruising the lake, if you will. I don't know.
I wish you luck, man.
No, I mean
I think the game looks awesome.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
If the word gets out.
Yeah. Just like I said, I mean, between Dice Tower West, I've got BGG ads up and running for the month. And then kind of pitching,
throwing bad money after bad there.
Hopefully
hi. Let's go.
Gets a few sales.
Just watch. I heard the owner's a real dirtbag.
No.
Sorry, he's got.
Well, I hear some of the people that work for him are really good, but he's just like this guy up in the high castle. He just barely even. He doesn't really have it.
Up there. The peons blown.
Today was like my first. Well, yesterday actually was my first solid day back to work.
Oh yeah, how are you?
I've been recovering from food poisoning. It was pretty awful.
Oh man,
it's that long a week?
Sounds awful.
Really?
So I got up. So it started on Sunday morning when I woke up.
This Sunday or last Sunday?
Last Sunday.
Right.
I think this Sunday I got up at like 2 p.m. Like the first day out of my bedroom. I mean, it was the worst.
Ugh.
I could not move. I mean, it was like every time I stand up, stuff would come out, and I'm like, I gotta just get rid of this. I just had to burn through it.
Yeah.
Nothing I did helped. everything I took. I mean, who knows? Maybe it did help, but like it did. I couldn't tell if it helped. I'm drinking like everything I drank was coming out, and 2 ways. You know what I mean?
Man,
It was awful. But so I woke up Sunday and I'm like, my legs are wobbly. Like, I hadn't eaten for 5 days, 6 days, and I'm like, oh my god, what happened to me?
that's terrible,
Each
man.
day, like Monday was fine. I had a full day Monday. I worked, and then Tuesday was like, I ripped it. I woke up early and worked the whole day, and then today is pretty much the same. So I think
Nice.
I'm mostly back to normal.
Good.
My legs aren't as wobbly.
Never had something take me
It's
out.
bad.
Well,
Oh,
I mean,
food
as
poisoning, yeah.
charming as that is, let's
Well-
talk pop. Can we talk pop culture here for a second? Did everybody watch the Obi-Wan trailer?
I did.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I seen it.
Looks good.
Haven't seen
It looks more mature than all the other stuff. I mean, the trailers are they fool you.
Yeah, I'm not coming to any.
Like, I mean, I felt like Boba Fett was fine, but it was super goofy. Right? Like,
Yeah.
so much goofiness in there.
Yeah,
But this looks good. And I like Ewan McGregor. He's awesome.
Yeah, I do too.
Awesome.
He's an awesome actor.
He's a step up.
Yeah.
So, guess how
They-
old
They use the
Ewan
Duel of the
McGregor is?
Fates music.
he's
52.
52. Yeah, I'm gonna say
I think he's my same age.
He's 50. He's 50.
Oh,
50. Yeah,
Born in 71. What a great year to be born. Probably the best year to be
But
born.
wait, 51. Oh, he'll
No,
turn
he's-
51 this year. Yeah,
Yeah,
I was born in 71 as well.
He'll at the end of March. He'll be 51 but right now he's
I just added a year onto my age without thinking about it. I'm 51.
yeah.
make up your mind, Scott. How old are you?
Yeah, I knew he was the same age as me. But he's not quite 51 yet.
So
No, I love it. I mean, I would tell myself I didn't want to watch more Star Wars, but I'll watch this because it looks pretty interesting.
We'll see.
I mean, but you never know. Like, he could have 2 episodes missing. Like Boba Fett. Like, instead of 8 episodes of Boba Fett, you get 6.
No, he stood in the corner and one and didn't say anything. So technically, he was in it.
so the interesting thing is
Maybe they'll
is
finish
that,
Boba Fett in this one.
Maybe.
Like crossovers.
Yeah,
Is everything on Tatooine? I know there was some different scenes. There was some.
I know this
non-Tatooine.
would take place before Boba Fett and all that.
so Alec Guinness was only
Yeah.
58 in the very first Star Wars movie.
58. Huh?
Yeah,
Looked old.
Yeah.
it's different generation.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like I said, Carol Connor and then On the Family. Look, he was 45 or something when
Was
he
he?
did that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
47, something like that. He was young.
That makes me feel old.
I was trying to think of anything else recent pop culture. Hey,
Star Wars Villainous announced.
what?
Star Wars Villainous. You
Oh,
know
the card
Villainous?
game?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the game.
Oh
Does that do anything for you, Lance?
no, is it?
I've
is
never
it-
played any
is
of the
it- Is it a
Villainous.
show?
No, it's a game. It's a board game.
You know, like Disney's villains.
I don't play
game
board games
and
anymore.
I
The
know.
Marvel villains. I
But
think.
you would love it, Lance. It's all that take that.
I know.
I'll take
I liked the old villainous games. I thought they were all. Hey, look at this! Some other guy that's popping in here. Hey, Forrest, talk to Will. You did a video for him.
A Pirates guy?
Yeah, man. What's up?
Hey,
How's
You
it
get that
going
game
for us?
good. I actually just posted the that unboxing video. I think yesterday or today. I don't know. I didn't tag you.
Oh, nice. Well, appreciate you not tagging me, man.
Yeah, I'm pretty bad.
Ah.
All
all right. So Forrest is here. So now we
Forrest
can
is
do my new
here.
game. We got 4.
A quorum.
We got 4. We have 4. We're gonna do. So this is what the way this is gonna work is okay. This is snobberies. Like it's just basically it's gonna test knowledge about a certain subject. Forrest,
Okay.
what are you eating?
Macaroni and cheese.
Potato
Nice.
soup with Doritos in it.
Potatoes.
With Doritos?
Of course.
Fantastic. So what this
Man.
is that I have 5 lists of 20 items. And each list will have a certain thing that this is about. And these are all board game related. These are all board game related.
Okay.
And then, so like the first one we'll start with Will. And Will has to guess one of those things. And then the next person has to guess one of them as well. And one by one, they're going to get knocked off. And when they're taken, then obviously like you can't say the same thing again. Are you following me? If you guess one of those 20 things, you're out and you can't score any more points. For every one that you get right, you'll score points. And then after we do the five of them, whoever has the most points wins. And then there'll be like the biggest board game snob in attendance. Are you following?
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay. All right. So the very first board game thing here is going to be, what are the top 20 board games according to some little website called boardgamegeek.com? And this is their top 20 board games. You have to give me one of the like ranked. Oh, Matt can play too. Oh, we gotta wait for Matt to get in. Sorry. Matthew, you're just in time to play Board Game Snobs.
Oh God, the Lakers lost to the Rockets. Oh, so bad.
They're just trying to get first round pick or something.
The Rockets, they have LeBron James. The Rockets are like the worst team in the entire league. Oh my goodness.
It's so weird, right?
So Matthew, I have to explain the rules to you. Matthew, can you hear me? Can you say a word? You're just nodding.
Yes,
your head.
I can hear you, Lance.
All right, thank you,
I
Matthew.
can hear you. I can always hear you, Lance.
Oh. Will, you want to take Matthew's spot going forward? So Matthew, I have 5 lists of 20 items. 20 items. The way this is going to work is that I'm going to ask kind of in a round robin thing. Like I'll start with Will, I'll move on to Scott, I'll move on to Barry, I'll move on to Forrest.
Yeah.
And then I'll move on to Matthew.
Mm-hmm.
And then that'll switch. As this is a perfect number 5, because then like somebody, so each person will get to pick at some point. So like the first one will go first, next one Scott will go first, and so on and so forth.
Okay.
I'm going to ask a question.
Yeah.
And then you're going to guess one of the 20 things. If you get one right, you get a point. If you get it wrong,
It's
you're
sort
out.
of like Bye Felicia.
I have no idea.
Oh no, not exactly like Bye Felicia.
When you get it wrong, you're out for that item. So you got to try to stay in as long as you can. If it gets down to one person, they can continue to guess over and over again as long as they keep getting things right to rack up points.
All right.
After all is said and done, we will see who got the most points, and they get to be the snob. All
right.
So we're going to see who's the snob.
I'm not being snob.
The topic tonight is board games. So next week I might do, I might do comedy movies or something, or
For the Minnesota Vikings.
yeah, that's even better. But anyway, but the first category is, according to BoardGameGeek.com. No looking this up on the website either, though, Scott.
I'm reading my notes.
What are
I haven't been online for like a week. It's really bad.
What are the top 20 games according to BoardGameGeek.com? Will, I need you to go first.
The top 20 games right now.
Yeah, give me one
That's
of the
one. You
games
have
that
to
is
pick one.
considered to be one of the top 20 greatest games in the world according to BoardGameGeek.com.
We want number 20, damn it. No other number. Number 20.
No, you can any 1 through 20, any 1 through 20, and they're all valid.
Gloomhaven.
Gloomhaven is
I've heard
on
that.
there.
I've heard of that.
You've heard of that. Number 1,
Heard
Scott
of that.
Alden.
Pandemic Legacy.
And
Season 1.
okay, thank you. And that's the other thing too. I will give you one chance to like correct what you're saying. It's like, and I'm not going to say you got to correct it. I will pause. But Pandemic Legacy Season 1 is on there. Barry.
Agricola. I don't think
You are out, Barry. Agricola
I
is
thought
not
it was
in the
on
top-
there.
I was
not
going
in
to say
top
the
one.
other one. I thought it was too.
Yeah,
new,
you
though.
are out.
It used to be up there.
Yeah.
Forrest.
Brass Birmingham.
I'm sorry, say that again.
Brass Birmingham.
Brass Birmingham, top 20 games. Ant, you are out.
What?
What?
You, my
I'm glad
friend.
you took that bullet.
You, my friend, are out. Okay, Matthew, top 20 games.
7 Wonders.
You are out.
Oh,
Back up to
no.
Will.
Maybe that other game that was newer was correct.
Back up
I'm
Wait,
going
wait,
old
wait.
school. How about Puerto Rico?
Nah,
to
you're
Will. You
out,
are
buddy.
out.
Brass Birmingham is number 3. What the hell?
You are looking at a different list, my friend.
The geek rating. What are you looking at? Average rating?
Yeah, let's get our list straight here, miss.
You go to board
Yeah,
game
browse. If you go to
You go
board
to
game, you
board-
get browse games.
and browse all board games.
Yeah. Number 3. Brass Birmingham. Number 2.
Oh, hold on a second. I wrote
And
this
now I'm
down.
looking
Now
at
you've
all
looked
these
at the
other
list.
ones. I can't.
No, you looked at the list, you big cheater.
What do you mean? You said I was eliminated, but I was like,
Yeah.
I
Oh,
live
no.
on Board Game Geek some days.
Asterisk,
I was
asterisk.
going to say, I knew that was in the top 20. I could
All right.
rattle off about 8 of these.
All right, cancel this. We're starting over. Just I'm gonna no because I got
Let's finish. Let's finish.
no just no I just we're not going to use this one because I don't know what I hit. I must have hit something. I hit the wrong.
Oh.
All right, screw this. Okay, hold on a
The
second.
fuck's
Hold
wrong
on,
with you,
hold on.
Valor?
Go
Fact
check
checking.
it. Joe, go check the list.
No, give me a moment. Give me a moment.
Sorry, Lance. I didn't mean to break your game.
No, it's my own fault. It's my own fault. Just give me 1 second here. I'm gonna do one thing, and then we're gonna start here.
By the way, I'll make small talk. Scott, did you try Twinkle?
We played it on the live stream.
Yeah, what'd you think of that? I like it.
It's pretty cool.
Have you tried the solo?
No.
Oh, it's good. It's good. As long as you don't mind the fact it's mechanical, it's a rock solid little solo game. There's 40
It's
different missions.
surprisingly good for what it is. Like,
Agreed. Filler weight dice drafting. I think it's.
Yeah.
I'm keeping my collection.
cool. It's a dumb name.
It is. I think an
Twinkle.
expansion. would
But I
be
want to
really
play. I want to play Twinkle, guys. Let's play Twinkle. And, I mean, it doesn't portray its gamerness.
No.
It sounds like a, filler. I mean, it is kind of a filler, but whatever. But it has some interesting things.
Yeah, I think an expansion because all they have to do is just more dice, more cards. I
More
mean,
cards, more dice, and it's a solid system.
yeah. I was thinking about I wonder if they could mint tinify that, if they could make micro cards and because that'd be a cool little mint tin game.
Maybe. Yeah, because you can just put sticks in there, and
The dice would have to be super tiny.
the dice would have to be really. I don't think you can do that. Those tiny dice suck.
They do, but it would still be
do.
cool.
Yeah.
If they could. I feel like
I'm actually curious if it's sold. Because sometimes these games, no one knows about them, and then they, you can't sell them. But
Those
it's a
best
pretty good
games.
game.
yeah, I see this one. I can't imagine this one being popular.
Is this a Polish company? I can't remember who. I think it was Polish.
Isn't it V Games? I'm actually looking up their
V
Twitter
Games,
right
yeah.
now because I need to tag them as well. There's other people I don't
Did you,
tag.
did you do a review?
We did a
Yeah.
thoughts in the corner.
We've
and then
barely sold any. It's minimal. We've sold 13.
I think it's I could see that. I see this being more of a hidden gem than anything. I just
Yeah. And people are always asking for hidden gems too, right? Oh, what's your hidden gem? No one knows really what hidden gems are.
Nobody cares about the hidden gems.
Oh. All right. What are we doing?
Because if they were good, they wouldn't be hidden.
But people have
So I
no
had
problem
a,
going to drop $800 on a unpublished minis game that won't be out
Yes.
for 2 years.
Because there's not enough hype on the
Board game.
no-name game.
It's a tough market, Will.
Yeah.
I have an interesting question for later as well that I want to ask.
Oh yeah.
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 We'll go after the game. I just want to hear other people's opinions. It's just interesting.
So
Mine's usually
I had a bit of a scare today.
Oh no. Hopefully not.
I got to my desk this morning to a couple of messages from my staff saying, "Hey, what happened to the projects folder?
Yeah.
This is all of our client.
That's a nightmare.
This is all of our client work."
Yeah.
I'm like, it's gone. So on Dropbox, one of my staff was running out of room on their C drive, so they dragged the folder to an E drive. And I'm like, so Dropbox is like, Dropbox. Oh, you don't need these files anymore? We're going to delete them.
That's when I use Dropbox. Google Drive.
Well, Google Drive does the same thing, doesn't it?
No, it doesn't store files on your computer. It's all virtual. It's all
so that wouldn't work for me.
Oh,
but
you can download stuff.
You can, yeah. But
so
you have
to re-upload. But then what do you mean? You're not using source control there, Matt McCat?
Well, I'm going to.
Okay.
Yeah, we got so I had to resync 35,000 files.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's 2.1 terabytes.
The fact that people can delete your Dropbox doesn't make sense to me. Like, it should just delete it for you.
I restored it, but
it's a weird system.
Yeah, it is. But I like it for a lot of reasons.
Sure, having all your files at all times, but then like if
version control,
does it have version control?
It does.
Okay, I wasn't sure.
Yeah,
I think when I had it, we did not use version control.
It has like 8 or 10 levels of version control, which is great.
So people check files out and then check them in, or
no, sorry,
it's just
version history.
Yeah, it's different.
Yeah, it is different.
So if you change a file and I change a file, we could overwrite each other.
Yeah, there's no file locking. Unfortunately, there's no check-in, check-out. That would be amazing.
That would be GitHub. You should get GitHub.
GitHub?
Yeah. Professional is not that expensive.
All right. I apologize. So, Forrest, shame on you.
Me?
You. Anyway,
we're fact checking.
No, it wasn't fact checking.
I could have sworn it was in the top 10. Like I said, I look at BGG.
Yeah, no. I cross purposed a couple of things. So Forrest, you forget things quickly. So we're just gonna move forward. We'll come back to another one. So we're gonna start over.
He's like a goldfish.
Yeah, he is. Though I read a study that showed that they were doing tests, and everybody's long thought that like fish like have like memory or a sense of self. They like there's these mirror tests they do for animals to see if they actually like they've shown that elephants will look in a mirror and like they'll put a piece of paint like paint like like basically like a splotch above one of their eyes, and they'll look in the mirror, and then they'll reach up with and they know it's them they're looking at in the mirror. So like it's one of the tests.
So they have the concept of a reflection.
They have the concept of
self-awareness.
Yeah. And they've recently shown that like fish they are passing some mirror tests now. That they actually have a process of self-awareness now to kind of go into, which makes me feel good about the fact that I'm a catch and release fisherman. I don't keep anything I catch. So I mean,
do you not eat fish?
I do, but I only eat the only
just
type
the
of
stupid fish.
No. The only type of fish. The only type of fish. The breed of fish that I'll eat is the stick. So
that's crab meat, or that fake crab.
Yeah.
Now most
Alaskan pollock.
Yeah.
Most fish stick is either pollock or cod.
Yeah,
that's just what it is. It's just where is your cod now? Anyway. All right. Back to Stumping the Snob. Here we go. So we'll start again.
Forrest already stumped the snob.
You shut your mouth. We'll start with Will. We'll start with Will. And you've all heard of the Spiel des Jahres. Yes?
Yes.
Yes, so they award that to.
I've heard of the Spiel des Jahres.
Yeah, whatever. You've heard of Spiel. Anyway,
Spiel.
So if we're not going to do any games prior to 2001, and we're not going to use the most recent ones, this is the Spiel winners not Kennerspiel, not Kinderspiel, but the Spiel winners
Oh, jeez.
from 2001 to 2020. These are the games that were, and this one I feel Scott's going to do well. He likes,
Yeah, probably.
he
I
thinks,
have a bad memory.
like a goldfish.
Yep.
Anyway, so we'll start with Will, and give me a Spiel winner like in the last 20 years. Will.
I would have to say the last 20 years. So we're going back to
I would have to say pass.
yeah. No, I mean, man, I'm feeling like I believe, and maybe it was a Kinder, I don't know, but I'm thinking of the one that was I can't think of the name of it, but it was like a firework where you're putting up a fireworks display.
Game.
I know what you're talking
That
about.
is a good
You know what I'm
game.
talking about? It was just a real small
Yeah.
footprint with the
Yeah,
man, I
everybody
can't think of the
was
name.
Man, I wish I was going after Will right now.
Well, it's a Japanese name. Come on, you could do it.
Yeah, exactly.
Hanami.
You know, what
Starts
is
with an
it?
H.
Hanami, yeah.
Hanabi.
Hanabi, very good,
Hanabi,
Will. That's a
Hanabi,
point for
thank
you.
you.
There you
Thank
go.
you.
Scott,
Give me
go
a-
ahead. Scott,
Um,
give me a spiel.
I think Seven Wonders won, didn't it?
Yeah.
And
Really?
you are
Oh my
now-
god, that didn't win?
You are out, sir.
Oh,
Barry,
come on.
give
I
me a
know I had
spiel.
one.
A spiel. Yeah, see, I'm gonna
Seven
get
Wonders not win.
I'm gonna get mixed up with the Kenders and all that recent shit. I'm gonna say no, not pandemic. Ticket to Ride.
Ticket to Ride.
Yes.
Yes.
I should have went with
Forrest.
I'm last.
Oh, I got one in the bag, but I
There's
think it's
20.
more than 20. I'm gonna do it anyway. That's wrong. Third and Taxis.
That's
that
on
one.
there.
Did win.
Yeah.
Yay.
That was a little-
Nice.
Third in Texas would have been 2005. Matthew.
Alhambra.
Alhambra 2003. Very good.
Nice.
Back up to Will.
I'm gonna totally bow out on this one and just throw one out there because I'm pretty sure it was I know the first one. I think maybe wasn't it like Tortoise and the Hare or something like that. I can't think of one though off the top of my head right now.
Okay, 5 seconds.
2001.
3,
3,
2. All right, Scott, you're
You were
already out.
right. You were right.
Yeah, you were right.
Yeah.
Tortoise Hare was-
It was Hasso and Eagle.
Yeah. Very nice. Barry.
Thought it was good. Okay.
I'm out.
Oh, you're out.
No stop.
Carcassonne.
Ooh.
There you go. 2001. There you go, Barry.
boy, that was,
Forrest.
Splendor.
Splendor is not.
Oh,
one of
no?
those.
Oh, that's what I was gonna say.
Oh.
Matthew.
Oh fuck. Race for the Galaxy.
You are out. Back to Barry.
The
You got a free game. You got a free game here. Nobody else gets to go. It's just
Run
you.
the table, Barry. Run the table.
On the table.
Give me a minute. It's a camel game, but it had two different names. I don't remember. It was either Camel Cup or Camel Up.
Oh, that's a good guess.
It had a
I'd
different
say
name.
either way, he gets
Germany.
credit.
They've
got
never.
Is that your guess?
I think I'll go with that one.
Yep. That was Camel Up was 2000.
It was Camel Up. Okay.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
a good guess,
They
Barry.
actually redesigned the box so it was obvious what it is called.
Yeah, that was
They did that
2012
on
looks
purpose.
like.
But wasn't it called Camel Cup in
don't know.
overseas?
No, it's just the
Very-
way the
Oh, what?
logo
Okay.
was.
Barry, you want to guess another one?
What if he misses? You
Yeah,
lose.
if I
Then
miss.
we're done, and then we move on to the next category.
I'll throw Pandemic in there. I don't know if it went
Nope,
over there.
Pandemic lost. So
Did
there
it?
you go. So let's just running down the list: Carcassonne, Villa Paletti, Alhambra, Ticket to Ride, Niagara, Third and Taxis, Zularetto, Keltis, Dominion, Dixit, Quirkle, Kingdom Builder, Hanabi, Camel Up, Colt Express, Code Names, King Domino, Azul, Just One, and Pictures.
Now that you say those,
Nice.
Dominion.
What's
So
Pictures?
It's-
Yeah, why did I think so? Wonderful.
yeah, Dixit, of course. Anyway.
All right.
It's
So the
the
scores are Will 1, Scott Goose Egg, Barry 3, Forrest 1, Matthew 1. Moving on to the next. This is going to be testing more of like a common knowledge, not really your design or board game knowledge. What are the top 20 best-selling board games of all time? This is all board games. The top 20 best-selling board games of all time. Scott, you're up first. Go.
Monopoly.
Monopoly is on there. You got a point. Barry.
Ticket to Ride.
Ticket. You are out, Barry. You're out.
Kidding.
Ouch.
Oh,
Forrest, go.
Boo.
Clue. That's a point. Matthew.
Game of Life.
Ooh,
Matthew's got a point. Will.
Life.
he
You
already
just said
that.
life. Try to guess
Oh, I'm
another one.
sorry. How about Catan?
Katana's on there. Yes. Scott
Scrabble.
on there. Go, Barry.
Nice.
I'm out. Remember?
Oh yeah, you're out.
What is
Forrest.
Checkers.
Say that again.
Checkers.
Checkers is
Checkers.
on there. Go, Matthew.
Chess.
On there. Go, Will.
Bananagrams.
You're out, Will. Scott.
Apples.
You're out, Scott.
I had a better one.
Forrest.
Go.
What?
Candyland. I said Candyland.
Said go.
Forrest sounded like go, but
Candyland. You're good. Matthew.
Dominoes.
You are now out, Matthew. Back up to Barry.
I've been out.
Forrest. It's
Three
just Forrest by
rounds.
Oh, it's
himself.
just Forrest. Forrest gets to run the table now. Sorry.
Battleship.
I'm the stone.
Oh,
There you go.
come
Battleship
on.
works.
This is your category.
Well, I got another one.
Yeah, it is his category.
Take a look right over here. There's, seen it.
You are
Nope.
now out.
No.
So this,
Podcast.
Story. I bet Story's on there.
here we go.
Sorry.
Oh,
this is-
sorry. And trouble. Duh.
Yeah.
Right.
Either of those have been
Backgammon.
wrong. You have.
Really appreciate it.
This is it. You have Connect 4, Premium,
Oh, wow.
Blockus.
Trivial Pursuit.
Blockus is on there. Muncala.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
Stratego, Catan, Risk, Pictionary, Othello, Rummikub, Life, Candyland, Battleship, Trivial Pursuit, Clue, Scrabble, Monopoly, Backgammon, Checkers, Chess.
Risk is the one that was like,
I don't think checkers and chess count, but apparently
No,
this,
it's
this
Hey,
list
you
is
know,
definitive.
speaking of Trivial Pursuit, we
Two
played
different games, Scott.
Forrest has taken the lead with 5. Here we go. Now this one's going to be a little.
Oh, Scott's going.
Scott's gone.
Easier
Where'd he
for
go?
us.
Watch yourself.
We lost Scott.
We'll wait patiently for him to come back.
There's my screens.
Oh, I got a game to talk about. I got a hot game.
Well,
back.
too bad. Scott's back. Here we go.
Scott's back.
Man,
But there's a new Uno. Come on.
A new Uno, the ultimate Marvel Uno.
But that is not an Uno box. Look at that. Okay.
So here we go. Here we go. Pay attention, please. This is the top 20, and this is by number of unique plays recorded at Board Game Geek. The number of unique plays. That does not mean if one person played the same game 100 times, you don't count 100. You're just counting unique plays for one. Somebody thankfully is keeping track of this on Board Game
Website.
Geek, and I found it. So this is the number of unique plays. This is publishers who this is, we had to go back a little bit in 2020. So we are going back 2 years. This is the number of unique plays posted, the top 20 publishers.
What?
And this now, so the publishers,
the publishers
of the game, the
Come
publisher
on.
of the game. So yeah, so
That's
like,
too hard.
no, it's doing. Oh, it isn't. You see how think about. So this is
Okay.
so just
So
think
you
of
want the
think of-
most played publishers? Is what
Yeah,
you're
so
getting at?
basically, most played publishers. Now, here's a couple of caveats just so you understand. There may be companies that own other companies, but that doesn't matter. So, like, if say a Borg-like company has absorbed a lot of other companies, those other companies' games still count towards them. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So I don't want to, like, so when you're trying to figure this out, just remember that there can be sub-referencing, if you will. So we're going to start with Barry on this one.
Okay.
So Barry, give me what you think is one of the top by number of plays, unique plays, the top 20 publisher in 2020.
20.
In 2020, yes.
Okay. I'm going Stegmeyer.
Stegmeyer.
Stonemeyer.
Stonemeyer, yeah. Stonemeyer. Number 2. Very good, Barry.
I didn't want to go with the obvious one.
Forrest.
Asmodee.
There you go.
That
As
would
the
be the
Borg
obvious
is there.
one.
Okay, Matthew. Cosmos is on there, my friend. Will, give me a publisher.
Mayfair.
Mayfair. God, just not your day. Is it?
Dang it.
Are they still in business?
All right. Scott.
WizKids.
Wow, Scott. You own the website too. Sorry, you're out. I apologize. Barry.
Fantasy Flight.
Barry, there you go. Fantasy Flight is on there, even though they're part of the Asmodee board. Forrest.
2020. Cephalofair Games.
You are wrong. You're out.
I did my
Matthew.
so flippantly though.
Matthew.
CGE.
CGE.
Yes.
That is on there. Correct. Barry, back to you.
Okay. What came out in 20?
Remember, this is their entire catalog, not just based on
Yeah.
the games that come out that year.
I'll go out with Portal.
You do go out with Portal.
I figured that.
Matthew.
Days of
run
Wonder.
run the table. Days of Wonder is on there. You're now tied with Forrest for the lead.
Is it just me?
It's just you. Go.
Hasbro.
Now you're out because nobody records Hasbro plays on board game. So it went like this: Fantasy Flight, Stonemeyer Games, Hansum Gluck, AEG, Lookout Games, Cosmos, Days of Wonder, CGE, Alea, Asmodee, Amigo, Repos, 999 Games, Next Move Games, Schmidtspiel, Eggertspiel, Ravensburger, Cool Mini or Not, Z-Man, and Blue Orange.
Yep, those are all good ones.
Yeah, they are.
Yep.
For the most part.
Where did Scott go? Did the poisoning get him again?
He's worshiping the porcelain god once more.
We'll wait.
Oh man.
Oh god, I hope not.
Oh, can we talk? You want to talk about Uno?
No, not really.
I will say this one, keep on your radar. I'm pretty sure this is going to sell massive because it's not a new Uno. It's a new Uno brand, Uno Ultimate. And what they're going to do is this is Marvel Uno Ultimate. So they're going to take all their IPs and they're going to crunch it up into this if it's popular. And you're going to be able to play like, Mario versus Captain America versus this person versus that person for all the different things. But it's not like regular Uno. You get your own deck of cards and your wilds are different from other people's wilds and they kind of fit thematically. And you have asymmetric special abilities. And now you can beat people up to win the game or get rid of all your cards. This is going to be big, I think.
No, it won't.
Well, here's the other thing. Here's why, Lance. Inside of every pack is a collectible. You open this little pack of cards that gives you like these.
You know how many things that come out of collectibles? I mean, I might be just the grouch here, but no, nobody's going to care about that. How much does it cost?
It is $15, and here it is.
Nobody's going to buy that. You know why? Because they can buy an Uno deck for like $6. That's all they want.
We'll see.
And everybody's going to be like, what do you mean? I got to learn all these rules? I got all these things? No, I want to play Uno because I'm drunk and I just want to say draw 4. And I want to move on with my life. That's what people are going to, that's why people do that.
I don't feel like most people playing Uno are drunk. I feel like it's mostly kids.
No.
They're drunk anyway.
You have not been.
You haven't seen them 6 years old with the beer sitting around the table?
Where'd he go? We got.
You know what? Really, really good.
What?
Frozen Thin Mints.
Yeah, they are.
Girl Scout cookie.
All right,
really good.
Forrest,
Especially
you ready
when
here?
They just hit us up last
You
week.
start this one off.
Let's go.
All right.
Oh, Jen's got a grievance with you too, Scott. I'll get to him later.
Well, I got a grievance too that I have to complain about today. But anyway, so okay, so this is according to the average ranking of the games they have the games they have designed. This is according to board game. Who are the top 20 board game designers? I will only accept last names. You can't say it's so and so, that one guy. You can give me their full name if they want to, but I need last names. These are the top 20. These are the top 20 board game designers whose games are the highest ranked, their entire portfolio, according to Board Game Geek.
Do we have that in the system?
There's a guy who puts it together.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So I wonder how he does that.
Yeah, I don't know
Like
either. He showed his math, and I kind of gave it a cursory glance.
So this is average good. On average, all their games.
It's an aggregate.
Who won the previous round, by the way?
Well, right now, all I can tell you right now, it's Will has 2 points, Scott has 2 points, Barry has 5, and Forrest and Matthew are tied with 6. It's anybody's game. Anybody's game. So we're starting with Forrest. Give me.
This averages all their games together. The most popular.
It's an aggregate. Yes.
All right, I'm gonna go with Ryan Lockett.
You are now out.
Everybody smooches on him.
Matthew.
Reiner Knizia.
You are in the game and you've taken the lead. Will.
Uwe Rosenberg.
Number one answer. There you go.
Rosenberg, huh?
Yeah. Mr. Scott Alden.
Stefan Feld.
Stefan Feld is on there.
All right.
Barry.
Son of a bitch. Now I got to think, Scott. No, you're not. I'll mess with you. You said Phil. Garfield.
Richard Garfield on number 19, but he's on the list. Forrest, you're out, so Matthew, go.
Lacerda.
On there. Will.
Ostuber.
I'm gonna say thanks for playing, and we're gonna move on.
What?
Who? What's his name?
Klaus Teuber.
Oh, Klaus Teuber. Hold on. I just want to make sure I didn't screw that up. Nope, he's not on there. Go ahead, Scott.
Wow.
Vlada Chvátil.
Chvátil is on there. Barry.
You said Flash. Gee, I don't know.
5 seconds.
Okay. It's not going to come to me. I'm stoned. But... Leacock.
There you go.
Incorrect.
I didn't think he would be. Yeah.
Matthew.
Moon.
You are now out. Scott, it's your table to run.
My game. Isaac Childress.
And we're done.
The number one. The number one didn't give him the edge.
So Rosenberg, Knizia, Kaniska, Stefan Fell, Bruno Cathala, Eric Lang, Vlada Chvátil, Luciani, Wolfgang Kramer, Vital Lacerda, Martin Wallace, Alexander Pfister, Kiesling, Shem Phillips, Jamie Stegmeyer, Daniel Tashini, Antoine Baza, Warsh, I don't know who that is, and then Jerome Dumen. Yeah, Jerome Dumen, who's one of the Dumen is
Jerome.
He's one of the splatter guys. So we have Will with 3, Scott with 4, Barry with 6, Forrest with 6, and Matthew with 8. And so here we go. So I counted on Forrest forgetting everything. So this is the top 20 ranked strategy games under the strategy category on Board Game Geek. Not overall. These are the top 20 strategy games. Strategy games. We're going to start with our leader, Matthew. Give me a top 20 strategy game on Board Game Geek. It's 20. Can't possibly miss this.
Top 20 strategy game.
It's under strategy. It's not overall. It's not thematic. Strategy. And I should actually say this is for everybody. Just because it's a strategy, there is crossover, right? I mean, it's like some
things have multiple categories.
Some things can be ranked as strategy and thematic, right? And so like it doesn't remove everything else from it. It's just this is under the heading of strategy.
Wait, would Jab be in strategy?
Jab's number one, so I'll put that down. Number one, Jab. So I mean, I'm saying that, Matthew, because it's like don't get hung up on the idea that like, oh well, it's got to be a strategic game. The strategy category is very all encompassing.
Wide open.
It is very wide open. What is the criteria for it being strategy, by the way?
I mean, I can read it to you if you want.
Go ahead. You'll read it for us. Yes, read it.
Well, then I don't want to look at the website. Like, I don't want to accidentally see anything. So
you read it in English accent.
Hold on. I can look it up because it doesn't matter if I see it.
I mean, it was basically to break up Euros and Ameritrash, right?
So here we go.
Lance,
but some things are listed as thematic and strategy.
It's user defined, right? Like if there a number of votes cannot be there's no clear majority, then it can have multiple.
All right, hold on.
I'm gonna say
just give me a second here.
Matt gets an hour for his
question. Yeah, really.
Well, you're all getting an hour.
I thought you put a clock on Barry.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Well, after we had already started.
I was picking on Reynolds.
You put a clock on.
Well, how does
it felt like two for me, Scott?
Your website is so horrible. Why can't I?
What are you looking for? Definition.
So the reading of why what a strategy.
It's in the wiki somewhere. Just I don't know.
Generational.
I'll find it afterward.
Horrible. Anyway, Matthew, this is you gotta hold your lead here. You're ahead by 2.
Carcassonne.
So you're gonna pick Carcassonne.
He's out.
And he is out.
Sayonara, sucker.
That's a strategy game.
Yes, but it is not. But it isn't highly ranked. Is the problem? It's not a highly ranked game. So that's your problem there. But anyway, do we go back up top to Will, who's been looking at the board game, and he's got the list right in front of him.
Right in front of him.
Yes. No, so we're not talking like chess, right? I mean, that would be
no. I mean, like if a game is highly ranked on Board Game Geek, chances are it's probably on the strategy list. There's a slight discrepancy though.
What was your first answer to the first round, Will?
Good question. Agricola? I don't.
No. What was the first answer you gave me when I asked you for a board game?
Gloomhaven.
There you go. You got a point, Will.
Took my answer.
Thank you.
All right. So that is the number one strategy game, according to Board Game Geek. Moving on to Scott.
Through the Ages.
I believe that is on there. Hold on. Yes, Through the Ages is number 8, the 8th greatest strategy game. Barry.
Do I want to pull myself? Yeah. I'm gonna go Wingspan.
And you're out. Thanks for
I
playing.
figured it was.
Here's a lovely copy of the home game. Forrest.
Terraforming Mars.
Terraforming Mars, the number 6 strategy game on the list. Matthew, you are out.
Yes, thank you for reminding me.
Will, you're in.
Gracious. Okay, cool. I just assumed you were ousting me on that. Okay, let's throw out Scythe.
Scythe is the number.
That
13.
was what I was going to go with.
The number 13. Scott.
Brass Birmingham.
Brass Birmingham, number 2.
Oh, sorry for it.
Barry, you're out. Forrest, go.
Great Western Trail.
Great Western Trail is a great guess. It is number 9 on the list. Back up top to Will.
Man. I'm drawing a blank, man.
Well, you got 5 more seconds to throw out a name.
4. Okay.
2, 1.
I'm out.
All right, it comes down to this: is Scott and Forrest going head to head? Scott, what do you got for me?
Beast Road.
Feast for Odin, number 17 on the strategy
nice.
list. Number 17. Forrest, what do you got?
Oh God, I think Feast for Odin's higher rated than Caverna. Now I'm scared to say Caverna. Damn. Caverna.
Scott, you are in charge of your own destiny because Forrest is out. So just letting you know, Scott, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You are 1 behind Matthew and Forrest. So if you can get 2 more, you win the whole thing. You got to give me 2 more top 20 strategy games and win the whole schmeal.
Twilight Struggle.
Twilight Struggle, number 11 on the list.
Good
you
one.
have one more to win the whole thing. And be crowned the snob.
I'm gonna go Pandemic Legacy Season 1.
Pandemic Legacy Season 1, number 3 on the list. There you go. And you are
nice.
You are the snob. You're the snob.
Even though I zeroed out like 3 categories.
Yeah,
Awesome.
you zeroed out, but you
Strong
so here
thing.
it is. So they went Gloomhaven, Brass Birmingham, Pandemic Legacy 1, Twilight Imperium, Gloomhaven, Jaws of the Lion, Terraforming Mars, Gaia Project, Through the Ages, Great Western Trail, Spirit Island, Twilight Struggle, Dune Imperium, Scythe, Brass Lancashire, Castle of Burgundy, Eclipse, Feast for Odin, Concordia, Terra Mystica, and number 20, Seven Wonders Duel.
Ooh, good one.
Who made that list? There's
Your
so many
website.
non-strategy games in there.
Yeah.
So let me see if I can find them, but I know we have the definition somewhere.
Yeah, but you are the snob. You snob.
That was fun. I think that one definitely landed more than most of your games, and I like your games. No, I mean, I think that one. No, I think
The backhanded compliment there somewhere.
No, some of them just don't land. Some do.
Better watch for us. I'll put you in the box again.
I think like next week I'll do more of a pop culture thing. Like maybe like speaking of pop culture thing.
So we call strategy games more complex games. That's the definition of it.
So
More complex than what?
Rolling Stone recently released their brand new top 100 movies ever.
Rolling Stone's still around?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. So here we go. And then this. So Will, I try to give little clues as to what it is until people guess what it is. And if there's no way, we don't really keep score, but this is Rolling Stone recently just came up with a new top 100 movies in the world ever. So let's see here. It is the first of 2 movies. This is number 100. First of 2 movies.
Godfather.
Godfather had 3 movies, so there.
Oh no, it
that's
didn't.
not really
Did it?
good.
Oh, you'll admit to the third one now.
The movies are actually called something Volume 1, something Volume 2.
Kill Bill.
Kill
Lord of the
Bill
Rings.
Volume 1. Kill Bill
Nice.
Volume 1.
That's a top 100. Wow.
That's
I mean, I like
number
it.
100. Number 100. Here we go. This was actually the 3rd movie of a series. But
guessed it.
Technically it was the
Return of the
6th.
Jedi.
Return of the King.
It was the 3rd movie of a series, but technically it was the 6th movie.
Return of the Jedi.
What happened to Will?
I don't know.
Disappeared.
Come back, Will.
He unplugged his camera, I think.
Baby, come back.
Baby, come back. I was a fool to.
They put Return of the Jedi on this list. Man, Rolling Stone has dropped.
Yeah. So yes, this one I don't number the 99th greatest movie of all time, Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith.
What? No. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah, I was like, what?
get the fuck out of here with that. That is bullshit.
That's what I-
99th best movie of all time.
Rolling Stones.
I wouldn't even put it in
100
any best movie lists ever.
No. Here we go. Number 98, starring Nicole Kidman, Ewan McGregor, John Leguizamo. Came out in 2001. Same director as William Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet.
Oh,
Baz Luhrmann was the director.
Love is but a what is it?
No, it was kind of a
Moulin Rouge.
Moulin Rouge, very good.
John Leguizamo was in Moulin Rouge.
Yeah,
He's awesome in that movie. That movie is
he
great.
is.
Actually, I'll agree with that one. It is.
I was surprised at how good that movie is. All right, here we go. This is a
He
fairly
plays
recent
Toulouse
movie.
Lautrec.
Number
Does he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
My
Number
friend's dog's
97.
name.
If everybody seriously though, if he doesn't make it back, everybody go back Will's game. Black Flags. Stories from the center of the sea. Great.
What's
great
Will's
pirate
last
game.
name?
What?
What's Will's last name?
Oh, Hilburn. Sorry.
Okay.
There we go.
All right, shoot. Next.
Here, I just sent him a text and see if he'll come back. All right, here we go. This is a superhero movie. Came out in 2019.
Avengers.
Deadpool.
No, number 97.
Black Panther.
It had the
Endgame.
the third. It had the third actor to take on the role.
Oh,
The last one of this was just amazing, and actually brought the other two actors back.
Yes.
Spider-Man Far From Home.
Far From Home. Yeah.
Far From Home. Yeah.
I still haven't seen it yet, so no spoilers.
Yeah. Okay.
Although it's possible to not.
You haven't seen Far From Home?
Not the last one, Scott. The one before.
All three of those were very
Far
good.
From Home. I thought Far From Home. Homecoming was the one.
No, I was like Homecoming, Far From Home, and then
Far From Home is most recent.
No Way Home.
No Way
Oh,
Home.
No Way Home. But he spoiled it. No Way Home.
Yeah.
Man.
You know,
All right. Number 96, released in 1997, stars Bruce Willis and Gary Oldman.
Die Hard.
No.
Unbreakable.
Gary Oldman was in Unbreakable.
What year?
Space
What did you say?
movie.
1997.
William Holden.
Oh,
Five.
Fifth Element.
Fifth Element. Yes.
Number 95, which I think this is low ranked in my opinion, because this is my opinion. It's my favorite Hitchcock movie.
Rear Window.
James Stewart.
Rear
Rear
Window.
Window.
And it's 1958. Vertigo. I
Vertigo.
love
Your favorite?
Vertigo. Yeah, it's my favorite.
I don't like it.
Really?
No.
What's wrong with you?
No.
All right. Comedy movie. Number 94.
When Harry Met Sally.
Probably if you are a fan of this comedy group, this is what you say is the best movie by them, because you want to be all snooty and whatever, in my opinion, even though their most popular movie they came out with is definitely their best. It's just
Life of Brian.
Life of Brian. There you go. If you ever meet like a person who's like talking about being a fan of Monty Python, they're like, oh, Life of Brian is just the best. Well,
I like it.
maybe it's good, but it's no, there's no comparison. I mean, you know,
I mean,
Holy
it is
Grail,
the best,
then Life
yeah.
of Brian, then Meaning of Life.
yeah.
Holy
Grail is the Holy Grail.
Literally.
And
Yeah,
not
I'm
on
sure
this
it's-
list.
If
Paul,
Life of Brian
number
is on-
93, Paul Thomas Anderson movie. I watched this.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
I mean, basically, the lead actor just owned every scene he was in. And it like definitely has like it's just like it's I don't know. I mean, it's just, There Will Be Blood. I mean, it was just like that movie.
Give us more clues.
I couldn't think of.
Give us
I
like
was
one
gonna say
clue.
I should have said the Riddler was in it, but I didn't want to give away anything from the Batman because
Well, you now have.
Well,
Yeah,
everybody
go
knows that Paul Dano is in the movie, and they
I didn't.
said Oh, well, what? I'm sorry.
By the way, licorice pizza, no good. No bueno. At least
I
for
really
me.
I like licorice pizza. I don't know. Whatever.
What did you like about it?
I don't know. I just thought it
Character.
was
Whatever. We'll talk about it after.
spoilers.
I'm not spoiling it. There's no spoilers in that movie because nothing happens. There's a spoiler.
It's a life experience piece. It isn't
Right.
like a
Which I had no nostalgia for at all, even though I grew up at the same time. Gave me no nostalgia. Did it give you nostalgia? We can talk about it after.
Which movie?
Licorice Pizza.
It gave me some emotions.
Oh, it's a movie.
It's a Paul Thomas, the latest Paul Thomas Anderson movie. Yeah, it's got the son of Philip Seymour Hoffman in it, and the lady from what's that band? Whatever, just go. Move.
Starred J.K. Simmons, who is just
Whiplash?
fabulous. Yes,
Whiplash, yeah.
that is
I
just
like
a great
Whiplash.
movie.
I agree with
I
that
haven't
one.
seen it yet.
Oh,
It's great, dude.
so good.
That's about it for a while.
Number 91 starred Josh Brolin.
Goonies.
There you go. Way to go.
Nice, nice.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say he was the star.
Yeah,
But yeah, I guess
he was a major.
Who was the star of that movie?
Number 90, same director
Aston.
as Dune.
Which one?
The most recent.
David Lynch?
No.
Oh, Paul. What was his name? I don't know. What. Give us a clue about the movie.
Came out in 2017.
That
Starred the baby goose.
Baby Goose.
Ryan Gosling.
Oh, Ryan Gosling.
Yeah, baby goose.
2017.
Driver.
Driver, yeah.
2017. No. Also starred Harrison Ford.
Oh, Blade
Blade
Runner.
Runner.
Blade Runner 2049.
Yeah, which.
Never saw it.
You're
It's
not missing much.
You're not. It's got some good stuff in it though. It's worth watching for sure.
And to be fair, it's kind of like Dune. If you don't see it in the movie theater, you just miss a lot.
I didn't miss anything.
No.
I mean, I don't feel like I missed anything.
You're so angry. You're so angry. 2016, another baby goose movie.
Driver.
Nope.
La La Land.
Oh, yeah.
La La
wow.
Land, very good.
Nice one,
Look at
Barry.
you, Barry. Will, where are you on these? Don't you watch movies?
I do, but I'm drawing blanks, like blank after blank. I should get like a newbie bonus or something. Okay.
All right.
5 second head start.
Okay. 2012, Will. The 2012 movie, Will, stars Robert Downey Jr. Stars
2012.
2012 stars Robert Downey Jr. Stars Chris Hemsworth.
Iron Man.
Stars Mark Ruffalo.
Avengers.
I said it was for Will.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I heard Will say Avengers.
I was giving him a head start.
Oh, okay. Yes.
Now this one's all Will.
I did watch those.
All right. A Joel and Ethan Coen movie, Will, in 2007. Also starred Josh Brolin.
I just watched this the other day.
Did you?
Javier
I don't watch
Bardem. How much have you ever? What's the most you ever lost on a coin toss?
Yeah.
100%.
How about your life?
Yeah. No Country for Old Men. No Country for Old Men.
If you've not seen that, it's 100% worth watching.
Yeah.
It is.
Nice.
Like if you do the deep dive into the Cormac McCarthy book and everything in comparison to like the cinematography and everything like that, and it's just and then the final and if you've ever read the book,
don't spoil it.
Well, no, I'm not gonna say anything. I'm just gonna say the Cormac McCarthy book. So Cormac McCarthy writes his books like basically daring you to enjoy it. Like it's hard to explain how he writes. It's like he writes his books to almost be confusing. There's like almost no punctuation. It is tough to tell who's talking all the time. He doesn't make it easy on the person that's reading it. But the book ends to a word exactly how the movie ends, which I thought was cool. But anyway. Number 86. 1989 movie about an elite prep school.
Oh,
Dead Poet Society.
Dead. Oh yes, Dead Poet Society. Will was grabbing for that one. I could feel it. He was searching his. How old are you, Will?
I love me some Robin Williams. Okay, Robin Williams is my man.
I mean, if you don't mind me asking, how old are you, Will?
I'm 45.
Well, so you're right in the same age group. Okay,
Yeah.
here we go.
Yeah,
I just read something where Steven Spielberg had a weekly call with Robin Williams while he was filming Schindler's List because he was so down and had so much on him emotionally that he needed to pick me up every week.
I can see
Wow.
that.
Interesting anecdote.
yeah.
He just did 15 minutes of stand up on
By
the
the
phone
way,
with me every week.
Before I forget, and you, well, that has nothing to do with anything. Have you guys heard the podcast Dead Eyes?
Dead Eyes?
Dead Eyes. It's about an actor who got cut by Tom Hanks from Band of Brothers, and he's been obsessing about it ever since. And he finally is getting Tom Hanks on the show. So catch up, and then the Tom Hanks episode comes out shortly, soon.
What's it called
So
again?
good.
I'm sorry.
Dead Eyes.
He got cut from what Band of
Dead
Brothers?
Eyes.
Band of Brothers, because
Such a good show.
Tom Hanks said he had dead eyes. He's been obsessing about it for 30 years, or how long? It's 20 years.
Yeah.
And finally, it's got Tom Hanks on the show, and it's a 3-season. But I think there's a list of episodes to listen to that just gives you the core story of it all. But it's 3 seasons of podcast coming to an end.
That seems really healthy.
It's entertaining.
Um,
It's unhealthy, but you got to listen to it.
Okay.
Anyway, Dead Eyes.
Oh, number 85, year 2001. Had a Tears for Fears cover song. It was famous.
Mad World, but that's
Yep.
not the same.
Yeah, but it was.
Donnie Darko.
Donnie Darko. There you go.
Nice.
I still don't know.
This was this is my favorite movie of 2019. It is technically a DC movie. Stars Robert De Niro. If I gave you the name of the lead actor of who played the role, the eponymous role, you would give it away.
Wonder Woman.
Joaquin Phoenix.
Oh, the Joker.
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 Yeah.
I'm not a fan of that.
You didn't like that movie?
No,
Oh,
I don't like those downer movies like that.
I just
I used to like it. Like, believe me,
will
it
not
was
like
in my
DC.
wheelhouse. All these dark and dreary and
the moment where he says like
spoil
at it's the very end of the scene. They're like one of the last scenes of the movie when he's being interviewed by the psychiatrist in the nut farm, and he's sitting there and he starts laughing, and she says, "What's so funny?" And he says, like, "I told myself a joke." And she's like, and she just, because he's having, I'm not going to go into what his revelation is, and she says, well, what's the joke? And then he like, there's this super long pause, and he goes, "You wouldn't get it." It's just like,
Nice.
it was just
I think the acting was good.
Oh.
I just don't like the story of it.
So I'm gonna skip by
And you should
like
stop watching DC movies, Scott. Just give them up.
Is it a movie?
Yeah.
I'm gonna skip by like there's like old like 1940s cowboy movies that they're listing as.
Oh, we might
as,
be.
like,
We might guess them.
all right, 1948 John Ford movie with John Wayne.
Oh,
True
jeez.
This full of dollars.
That's Clint Eastwood. So
I'm out.
I thought John
Yeah,
Wayne was a good rep.
yeah, that's right. The Three Godfathers. I can't believe he didn't know that. Anyway, 1984 James Cameron movie.
Abyss.
Terminator.
Terminator. Yeah.
Abyss was 89.
It
I
was
believe.
later,
Though I
yeah.
really liked that movie.
Yeah, that was a
1995 movie starring Chaz Palminteri.
perfect.
Wrong
Wrong
Tale.
Tale.
What?
Bronx
Usual
Tale.
Bronx Tale.
No, Gabriel Byrne.
Usual suspect.
Usual Suspects.
Usual Suspects. There you
That's
go.
what I said.
I didn't. Well, you're all
Yeah,
talking
we're all
over.
talking
Well,
at the same
Will's just talking over everybody. I can't hear anything you say. So,
That son of
Don't
a
pipe
bitch.
down.
'Last time we bring him on here.
2019,
Right.
2019 movie that's a biopic on a famous one of the most famous singers ever.
2019.
2000.
Freddie Krueger. What the hell was the name of that song?
Freddie Krueger,
Freddie Mercury.
not Freddie Mercury.
Bohemian
It isn't-
Rhapsody.
Bohemian. It is not. It is not. It is not about
Elton John.
It's about Elton John. What's the name of the movie?
Oh, Rocket
Oh,
Man.
Rocket
Rocket
Man.
Man.
Rocket Man.
That
there
was
you go.
such
Nice.
a good movie.
I didn't
Our-
see
I
it.
didn't like it.
1990. You don't like anything.
No, I didn't. Like it.
19.
I'm not a fan of Elton John. So.
First animated movie on this list.
Into the
19
Spider-Verse.
1994.
Toy Story.
No.
Jungle Book. No. Jungle Book.
94.
Cars? No, that was later.
Lion King.
Lion King.
Lion
There you
King.
go.
Yeah.
Nice.
Sorry.
Speaking of Elton John.
Hugh Jackman movie, 2017, also a musical.
Oh, The Greatest Show on Earth.
Yeah, The Greatest Showman.
Greatest Showman.
I
Greatest
thought that
Showman.
movie was
I have not seen it.
garbage. I just
Yeah, it wasn't good.
it wasn't good, but they number 77. Here we go. 1995 animated movie.
Aladdin. Little
No.
Mermaid.
No,
Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
no,
No, that was before
that's
that.
like 88, I believe.
Yeah.
Toy
Yeah.
Story.
Toy Story is correct.
Nice.
Stole your thunder.
All right, here we go. Another animated movie, 2001. I just watched this with my daughter, and
How's life?
it'd been a long time since I watched it, and she actually asked if we could watch it because she's a huge fan of this this company's animation, and I was kind of impressed by that because I don't know how she found out about it. It is anime. I'll tell you that much.
Oh,
That's
Kira.
anime?
It's anime. It is not Akira.
Mononoke? Princess
That's
Mononoke?
Mononoke.
But you're getting closer.
Spirited Away?
Spirited Away, which Spirited Away is a really, really good movie.
Haven't seen
If you haven't watched Spirited Away,
I haven't watched any of his movies. I need to watch them.
Is that Ghibli?
no, that's Hayao Miyazaki.
Oh, really?
Spirited Away is just yeah, I mean, there's like all kinds of, I mean, on its surface, it tells a story, right? That is very
I hope so.
understanding, and you can get it. But well, no, but you actually kind of dive into like what actually it's about and like what actually it is, you know, and it's kind of, it makes you think about the movie afterwards. It's really well done.
Nice.
Probably the most famous Alfred Hitchcock movie ever.
Birds.
Psycho.
Oh,
Psycho.
Psycho.
Cult classic movie that came out in 1975 that nobody cared about when it came out, but now people watch it in movie theaters every year.
Rocky Horror movie.
Oh, Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Nice.
I love that movie.
I've never been a fan of it. I've just
Yeah, me neither. Jen watches it every once in a while.
2015 movie that I think is probably the best action movie ever made, in my opinion.
John Wick.
No. The
Road Warrior? No.
the eponymous the eponymous hero of the movie is like not even in most of the movie. Like
Yeah, what's the Road Warrior movie? The
Mad Max.
Mad Max.
Fury
Oh,
Road.
Charlene
Oh,
Fury
Fury
Road.
Fury Road.
Charlene Theron.
I found that movie very blah.
I just the practical effects and
It was just a lot of fanfare, but not really a lot going on.
Well, you're
Oh,
getting sequels,
no.
so be
You're
prepared.
right.
I don't think George Miller's going to do it, right? He say this is it, I'm done.
I'm pretty sure they're working on a prequel, I think, for Sauron's character.
Yeah, they were going to do a Furiosa movie.
Yeah, I can't remember.
Well, I mean, just the fact that like all of the like all those explosions, nothing was CGI. And I mean, the weird like dust tornadoes and things like that, those are CGI, but like all the explosions and everything like that, that was all practical effects of them just going out and blowing up tankers. And I mean, they said there's
George Miller is directing the Furiosa movie.
Yeah, I thought this. Yeah.
I just thought that Witness just so good. Here we go. We're getting a lot of animated movies here. Starring like 2013.
Frozen.
There you go. There you go.
Oh,
Has it
dang.
been that long since Frozen came out?
Wow.
Yeah.
9 years?
Well, look at it this way. When that movie was coming out, my daughter was 7 or 8, and we went to Disney World as a family, and that was like the next movie that was coming out. So It was just kind of like, so there was a ton of stuff, and you could go and meet like you could go meet the Frozen princesses and things like that. So
Did you see that viral video of the girl singing "Let It Go" in the bunker, Ukrainian bunker?
no, I didn't
That's
know.
pretty intense. Touching.
Well, way to bring us all down, Scott.
Well,
Thanks, Scott.
Frozen.
Did you see that article about the puppies being run over by the steamroller?
Whatever. Trying to make interesting comments here.
Just trying to. God. They just somehow, for whatever reason, they trapped him in that cage and they just rode the steamroller.
Okay.
Why would you tell me about that? I don't know.
Just conversation.
Just trying to make some conversation.
You just gotta move on. Go on.
All right, 1979 movie.
79.
Frozen is good. I liked it.
Alien?
Kabuki's saying she's never seen any of it.
No,
1979 movie, directed by. Oh, we lost him again. Mel Gibson was in it.
I'm here.
Mel Gibson was in it, and it was the first of
Mad Max.
Mad Max.
Yeah.
Nice.
How can they have 2 Mad Max movies on this list?
Because Mad Max is fantastic too.
That first movie is not great.
Oh man, there's nothing better than it's like, it'll take you 15 minutes to cut through those handcuffs. You can probably cut through your wrist in less than one. Jim Carrey, Kate Winslet, Tom Wilkinson movie, 2004.
Oh,
Eternal
Spotless Mind.
Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. Yep,
that's a good movie. I like that.
That is a good movie.
It's bordering on that sad story shit though.
Yeah, it is. 1989 movie directed by Steven Spielberg.
89.
1989.
E.T.
It was the third movie of a series.
Indiana Jones. No.
The Last Crusade.
Was it? Yeah, The Last Crusade. Yeah.
Yeah. It was. That's a good movie. You can just tell they're having. It seems like they're having fun. They probably weren't, but it seemed like they were having fun. 1990. This is number 67 on the list. 1990. Jerry Zucker film about the supernatural.
Rock.
Supernatural.
90.
It was
I'm a little.
somebody tries to prevent the murder of a woman he loves from beyond the grave.
Sixth Sense? No, that's
No, it's later.
Had a famous pottery
Ghost?
scene.
Ghost. Yes.
Put the Everly Brothers, the Righteous Brothers, back on the map for like 2 months.
Yeah.
We had that movie at my movie
really
theater
love
when I
that
worked there.
My grandmother loved that.
Oh, that movie was on. That movie was on constant. It was like one of the like 15 or 20 like PG movies that was allowed to be played on the TVs at the Take Two Video I worked at, and so it would just always be
I was on repeat.
Yeah. Just reminds me of like when like we hired this new guy and we told him, it's like, yeah, he's like, can I put a different movie? And we said, yeah, but it has to be PG. And he like literally looked up and down the aisles until he finally found
Ghost.
he found a movie called Bingo Long and the Traveling All Stars. It was like some PG movie that starred like Bill Cosby and Richard Pryor. It was PG for like the 1970s, so there was like cuss words and horrible stuff all throughout the whole thing. It was not. We're like, yeah, that was PG,
That
but it
PG
was
got
a
away
different
with
kind of PG.
Yeah.
1997 Gus Van Sant movie.
That's right.
Last Days.
Will should know this one since he's
Last Days.
No,
Oh,
because you were just talking about how this guy was your guy.
97.
Starred Robin Williams.
Oh,
Yeah.
Miss
Then
Delphi?
let him answer. I want Will to get
Okay.
this one. Nobody answer anything.
Ever.
Ever.
Also
Ever.
starred Matt Damon and Ben Affleck.
Yeah, damn it.
Oh,
how about them apples?
Oh, I don't know. Dogma.
Nope.
no.
I'm drawing. I don't know.
It was about Matt Damon's like a super smart mathematics
Oh,
and physics
yeah.
guy.
Yeah. Goodwill.
Goodwill Hunting. There you go.
Or the porn version, Go Will Humping.
Yeah. Shaving Ryan's Privates. Anyway, 2002 Peter Jackson movie.
Lord of the Rings.
Which one?
Fellowship of the
Second
Ring.
one.
The second one, yeah.
Two Towers.
Two Towers. Yeah.
Number 64 is 1986 Rob Reiner movie.
When Harry met
Big.
Sally.
Nope.
On which one?
Starred Joaquin Phoenix's brother, who rest in peace.
Rob Reiner.
Stand by Me?
Stand by Me.
Oh, Stand by Me.
Stand by Me. There you go.
Yeah.
Good-
Good-
Will
Bill
yeah.
Wheaton.
Will
The
Wheaton.
Wheaton?
Number 62, the quintessential John Hughes movie.
Breakfast Club.
Breakfast Club.
Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Better off dead.
No,
Ferris
Breakfast Club was
Bueller's-
right. Breakfast Club was right.
Yeah.
Do you ever see
Um,
that documentary? But the guys that were like trying to get John Hughes. Don't You Forget About Me, I think it's called.
No.
No.
It's really good.
Okay.
I just sorry, but the Stand By Me
Right.
line that I always loved was, it's like, what are you gonna do, kid? You gonna shoot all of us? No, Ace, just you. You know, it's just,
I forgot about that line.
yeah.
Yeah.
Why don't you go home and F your
Oh,
mother
it's not
some
any-
more,
any
you cheap
services there,
dime
Matt.
store hood.
It's on the Roku channel.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Or Pluto TV, which I've never heard of,
I've heard of that.
which has ads apparently.
Yes.
No,
Is
it's
it
free
better
though.
than Tubi?
Okay, Forrest.
You also
I'm
rent
not gonna say anything about this movie. Rated number 61. What is this movie? Number 61.
If this is for me, it's
it. I know what it is.
no clue.
Half baked.
Will, I want you to look at Forrest. I want you to look at Forrest and tell me what movie it is.
It's The Notebook.
The Notebook, number 61.
I wanted to ask about it for so long. I just that's great.
Awesome. Right on the
Why do
Ryan
you
Gosling.
have the Notebook on your wall behind you there, Forrest?
Yeah, whose room is that?
That's my poster. This is Bauer's Game Corner right here.
Not-
That is the corner.
I'm not gonna lie, man. I actually love that movie, but you know,
Oh man, I cried like a fucking baby in that movie.
right. How could you not?
I've not seen it.
And why wouldn't you want a massive poster of it, Matt?
Scott, watch it with your lady. You'll You, the two of you will enjoy.
What if
watching.
Michelle's not into that kind of shit?
Nah, I think you'll. No, just watch it. It's worth a watch.
Wait, who has?
It's actually a pretty good story. You know, it weaves it around really well. And yeah, I agree, Matthew. It is a if you have a tender heart.
I kind of know the ending, but like I need to.
We went to the sneak of it, and I was with a guy that I worked at the restaurant with, and we each had our wives with us, and it was me and him sitting beside each other, and then on the outside were our wives. The movie's done, and Pat and I look at each other. We're like, Jesus fucking.
1976, I believe, if I remember correctly, it was nominated, and I think it won Best Picture of the Year.
Rocky.
76.
Yeah, Rocky. There you go.
Oh,
There you go.
Wow, nice.
I believe it
So-
did win. I believe
So
it did win.
you know, like I think I might have told this anecdote before, but do you know the reason why Sylvester Stallone wrote that? And like he was offered like hundreds of thousands of dollars not to star in the movie. Like they were like, just let us hire somebody else. But he because he wrote it, he demanded that he had to play the role. And but the reason why is he went to a boxing match between Muhammad Ali and some total journeyman boxer.
Yeah.
And the guy went the distance against he lost to Muhammad Ali, and he was getting knocked down left and right, but he lasted the whole thing, and then that inspired him. He was like he didn't give up. The guy just would not stay down. He just kept getting up, and Muhammad Ali just kept putting him back down, but he managed to go the entire thing, and that's where he
Mookie just watched it like a week ago.
Yeah.
And later on, he fought a bear.
Later on, he fought a bear. All right, so
guy
here we
from
go.
Jersey.
Number 59, another John Hughes movie.
Ferris Bueller.
Pretty in pink.
Down. Yep. I'm almost because they had talked. John Hughes had he said he had a functioning idea and somewhat of a script for a sequel to Ferris Bueller's Day Off that he was going to, and they were going to have all the original people come back, and it was going to be like a Ferris Bueller. And I know they did the commercial for like during the Super Bowl like 3-4 years ago, but it was going to be like him playing hooky from work, and that was going to be the same kind of thing where he was just going to, and then they were gonna, and he said they're going to bring back the Ferrari, bring back everybody, and just I thought that would have been cool.
Cameron.
Might have sucked, might have ruined it. Who knows? I don't know. 58, Martin Scorsese movie, 1976.
The Godfather.
No, it's
Oh no, that wasn't
Scarface?
Scorsese.
Are you talking to me? I don't see
Taxi
anybody else
Driver.
around here. You must be
Taxi,
talking to me.
yeah.
Yeah, Taxi Driver.
Yeah.
That is a weird movie.
it's fucked up.
Not the weirdest you've done.
It is
but,
screwed up, yes.
It's
Yeah.
fucked up.
Deer Hunter with the name.
I thought I would like it because I was like, oh, it's like but I really don't.
Yeah. 1959. You like movies about gladiators?
Spartacus?
Sparty.
No.
No.
Charlton Heston.
Oh,
Oh,
Gladiator.
10 Commandments.
No.
Famous chariot
Hey,
scene.
Ben-Hur.
Ben-Hur. There you go. All right. Here we go. Number 56. This is going to star. I'll just start going here. Stars. Tom Hiddleston. Paul Bettany.
Avenger Endgame.
Chadwick Boseman. Benedict Cumberbatch.
Ultron.
Don Cheadle.
Avengers.
Chris Evans.
More for Infinity War.
Infinity War. There you go.
Infinity War.
Infinity War. 1962 movie starring Gregory Peck.
Kill a
Based off
Mockingbird.
of The Kill a Mockingbird. Very good.
Yeah.
Wow, nice pull, Matthew, on
Yeah.
that one.
Good movie.
It is
Better book.
Mm-hmm. We read it in grade 9.
Yep, I remember reading
Yeah, I
it
think
too.
that's when we did it.
Grade 10, sorry.
It didn't ban it?
Definitely a movie. If you ever get a chance to see this in a movie theater, you need to see this in a movie theater. But Peter O'Toole, Alec Guinness, Anthony Quinn,
Lawrence of Arabia.
Lawrence of Arabia.
Lawrence of Arabia.
Yeah.
If you
It's a
can,
slog, though.
it is a slog. It is a slog, but if you can see that in the movie theater,
I remember when I got the DVD, the Laserdisc. And it was
Laserdisc.
like the craziest aspect ratio that on my giant TV, there was like this much of the screen. Like it was like this thin line.
Oh yeah,
black
it's like
bar,
super
black-
letterbox,
It
right?
was super widescreen.
yeah, the aspect was crazy in that
Yeah.
one.
Got a pencil of a video.
Number 53, the first Stanley Kubrick movie on this list.
The Shining.
Eyes wide shut.
The Shining.
The shitting.
The
Do you wanna get
Shining.
sued? Do you want to get sued?
The Shining, yes. Great movie. Here we go. Number 52. I remember going to see this movie in the theater and just being like, oh my gosh, like the battle scenes were just so well done.
Saving Private Ryan.
No, it's starring Mel Gibson.
Oh,
Braveheart.
We Were Soldiers.
Braveheart is
Braveheart.
correct. Braveheart.
Braveheart. Oh, okay.
Freedom.
We Were Soldiers is really
Never
good. Too. I
take
don't know if you ever saw it.
that
Just that scene where all the like, you know, when the horses are charging in, hold.
I saw it like 2 years after it came out. They were still showing in the theaters.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was on for a while.
There was nobody there. But
And I just yeah, I mean that, and then they and then the one guy was like, the good Lord says he's gonna get me out of this, but he says he's pretty sure you're fucked. You know, it's like, here we go. 1980 John Landis movie. They probably destroyed 800 cars in this movie.
Oh,
Blues Brothers.
Blues Brothers.
The Blues Brothers, yeah, which I can watch that movie over and over again.
Never seen it.
Oh, really?
I think 172 cop cars. I think were destroyed.
Yeah,
in
I
that
was
movie,
just
if I recall.
like, that's all I hate Illinois Nazis. just such a good movie. And I mean, and all the music obviously is great.
60. Sorry, I was wrong.
Yeah.
So a guy that worked for me, he always was like, I couldn't believe you've seen Blues Brothers. He sent me the DVD. I still have it unopened.
You gotta watch that. All right, here we go. Number 50. This is like the right in the middle here. This is the last movie I think to sweep the Oscars: Best Picture, Best Director, Best Actor, Best Actress.
Silence of the Lambs.
Silence of the Lambs. That is correct. Yeah,
That was the last one. 20 years.
I think in
ago?
1991.
30 years
Yeah,
ago?
30 years ago. It's the last movie to sweep.
Really?
Jonathan Demme.
Jonathan Demme. Yep. Oh man. I mean, spoilers for this 30-year-old movie. How about the whole moment of like, they're like, yeah, we got this guy's house. We know where he is. They're storming the door and they're knocking on the door, and then she's at the same time they're knocking. Yeah, and he opens the door and they open it up and there's like nobody at that house. And then
And she goes face to face with him.
Oh yeah, I mean it was just.
We saw
Definitely
the
my top 10 movies of all time. It's so good.
We
It
saw the
is.
midnight screening for that before there was midnight showings, right? This was a staff screening. And I'm
fucking
driving
scary,
home
too.
at like 3 a.m. I'm scared fucking shit.
Well, I mean,
it's fucking scary.
I mean, I can remember watching that, and like when they all the way in on just Hannibal Lecter's eyes, you can see he's looking down, he's looking up, and
Yeah.
you can just see he just looks purely demonic, and it was just like, okay, I'm creeped out, you know. And like he got Best Actor, and he was on screen for like 13 minutes for the entire
Yeah,
movie.
that's crazy.
Killed it.
I almost puked at Hannibal.
Yeah.
Never
Which
Really?
is so dumb because it's like the effects are like not that great, but something hit me and I'm like, oh,
Really?
yeah, I'm gonna fucking
Yeah.
puke.
I thought it was an odd choice the way they went, but I guess it's just a technology.
It just
at the time.
some movies just hit me weirdly and
I hear you.
triggers that reflex.
All right, here we go. Number
That was
49.
not a good movie.
Yeah,
No, it was not.
Number 49, 1975.
75.
Stars Jack Nicholson. Luis,
Chinatown?
Flew over the
Luis
Cuckoo's Nest.
Fletcher.
Oh, Cuckoo.
Yeah, One Flew Over the Cuckoo.
One-
Luis
yeah.
Fletcher won the
Nurse
Academy
Ratched.
Award as Nurse Ratched. You know, just a horrible human being.
Anybody watch the series Ratched with
Yeah, me and Jen did.
Yeah, I
It was
tried
okay.
to. I couldn't get
it was a slog.
It was a slog, yeah.
We're very we're very picky. Did anybody watch the first episode of the news thing about the LA Lakers? with
Nah.
John C. Riley. Oh man, I mean,
Is it
go
good?
watch it. I mean, if you like basketball, I mean, but it isn't really even about basketball. It's like it's basically about like how Jerry Buss was this guy that was a real estate mogul, and he just decided he really wanted to own a basketball team. And so then he went and he bought the LA Lakers, from like when the NBA was nothing, when like nobody cared about the NBA, and he went and he bought the team because he thought it would be just really cool to own a basketball team. And then like he fights with everybody else about drafting Magic Johnson first, and like, it was just, there was all these crazy weird things that were going on, and yeah, I mean, there's only one episode out. God, I can't, just look it up. Just
It's something magic. Something.
It's something, but it's about it's about basically the Magic in the the LA Lakers in the 1980s, and it's like yeah, it's super cool. Check it out. Go ahead. 2019 movie about World War One.
2019.
Oh fuck! What's it called?
Oh, We Were Soldiers. Was that one where they recreated?
No.
Oh no, it's 19.
It was the Cinema Verite one where they had like the running. Oh Jesus!
1912,
1917.
1917. That's it.
Oh, that was so good. Oh
It's
my
a one-shot movie. It's awesome.
That movie is so intense.
Actually, I don't know if it's one shot, but I think it's mostly one shot.
Yeah, it looks like it's that's what I meant. One shot.
That's what I'm so glad I saw it in the movie theater.
Yeah,
I can see that one being more interesting in the theater.
all right. We've discussed this movie a few times. I generally believe it to be one of, like, there's very few movies that are perfect, and this is pretty perfect. It's comedy.
Big
Recently,
Lebowski.
they recently did a sequel, like
Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters. There you go.
Not perfect, but
Yeah, it's as close as it comes.
close as it gets.
I mean, it's rare to have a movie work as well as that did. Number 46, 1939 movie.
King Kong.
Part of it was black and white, part of it was color.
Wizard of Oz.
Wizard of Oz.
Wizard of Oz. There you go. Hey, Will, do you like sci-fi movies?
Sure. Yeah, absolutely.
Do you like sci-fi action movies?
Yeah.
Do you like sci-fi action movies directed by James Cameron in the 1986?
Yes. Aliens.
There you go. He got number 45, baby. Well done. Number 44. She was a prostitute with the heart of gold.
Pretty Woman.
Pretty Woman.
Pretty Woman.
Number 44 should be.
I
Dirty
watched that
Harry.
again recently. It does not really hold up.
No.
It doesn't.
Man, I don't like the fact that this is number 43 at all. I thought this was yet another Christopher Nolan movie who was just trying to say, look at how I make my movies. Aren't they just so
Inception.
No, because I actually liked Inception.
I was going to say
the
you got
Robert
that right
Pattinson one?
No, 2014.
Dunkirk.
Dark Knight.
No, Anne Hathaway.
Dark Knight.
No.
Rises.
No.
Batman.
Matthew McConaughey.
Oh, Interstellar.
Oh, I love
Oh
it.
yeah.
I
don't think
love
it's-
that one.
I don't think it's a top 100 movie though.
Nah.
No, I do not either. Number 42. I don't know if the sequel to this finally came out or not.
Avatar.
Top Gun.
Top Gun. Yeah,
Top
did that sequel ever come out?
No,
It's
Yeah.
coming. It's coming out soon.
Pushing to 2027.
Mhm.
Number 41, 1988 movie. Probably if somebody ever made a list of the greatest action movies of all time, One Man Against Many, this would be Die Hard. Yep.
Yeah.
Just
You should have said some call it a Christmas movie.
Yeah, yeah. What, did you know that that Bruce Willis has like he's had permanent hearing loss because of the scene underneath the table when he's like backing up at the table and the guy's shooting the table left and right. And then he's like, you should have shot me when I had the hand. So then he unloads the gun through the table and kills the guy. Like all the blood, he shoots the guy's legs like 20 times or whatever. And he goes, thanks for the tip, or whatever. But that scene, he like one of the earplugs that he had fell out or something like that. And like the gun, he had the gun so close to his head when he was pulling the trigger. He suffered like permanent hearing loss from that scene.
Oh, it must have been like an echo chamber and under the table.
Oh yeah.
Plus a gun near your ear.
Yeah.
So what we do in life echoes in eternity forever.
Gladiator.
Gladiator. There you go.
That's a good movie. Oof.
That is a good movie. Though I had a few friends who just loved the movie so much, had to like quote it to me and talk about the movie all day long. And maybe never. I think I saw it like twice, and after that, I was like, I can't watch this.
What's that line about the Conquered?
Well, he has the one thing where he says, some people should know when they're conquered. And then he looks and he goes, "Would we?
Would we?
Would we?" And then like the Germanic tribes, they send the diplomats back without their heads. And it's like some people should know when they're conquered.
Right?
Would we? Let's see here. Aldi, you mentioned this movie earlier. And well, actually, no. Will mentioned this movie earlier in his anecdote about Robin Williams.
Schindler's List.
Schindler's List. There you go. Will, where were you on that one?
Where were you, Will? What the
fuck? Here you go, Will. Do you like movies about gangsters?
Like movies about gladiators?
You like movies about the mob?
Yeah, like
Johnny Dangerously.
Do you like movies that are like where the sequel is actually considered by a lot of people to be better than the first one?
You ever seen a grown man naked?
Do you like movies that star Al Pacino and Robert De Niro and Robert Duvall?
I'm thinking Goodfellas or Casino.
A little earlier than that. Francis Ford Coppola.
Lange making him offer he can't refuse.
Yeah. Godfather Part 2.
Yeah.
You ever watch The Godfather, Will?
It's been ages, bro, but yes, I did watch it.
Nah, it's
Part 2 is better.
Part 2, a lot of people say it's the better movie.
I think I like it better.
Never saw any of them.
They're pro.
Really?
Matt, you have homework.
Matthew, you got
homework. 5 hours. No,
you have 6 hours.
As I say,
lights coming your way.
the best.
There's intermissions though.
The best thing about The Godfather is they never made a third movie.
Yeah, they did it too.
So just watch Godfather.
It's like Highlander. They only made one movie.
He just fucked with the third movie again.
I think people have said the third movie is not bad. I think I started seeing a sort of general consensus about it.
I rewatched it. It's
hard to reach. It's hard to reach the pinnacle that those two movies, man. Right?
Yeah.
But no, what was I gonna say? Damn it! I was talking about Godfather 1, Godfather 2, and then whatever. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Just watch those movies, Matthew. They're really, really
Whiplash, Godfathers.
really good.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, there's a reason why
it's so worth it. It's so good.
Yeah. And it's just like this
if
one
you
time.
like mafia movies.
Yeah.
This one time I will let you ask me a question about the family business.
Mhm.
Oh, Michael, is it true?
No.
No, it is not.
Lying through his teeth.
Yes, so good. 1941. If I tell the name of the director, you'll know it immediately.
Wizard of No.
Dracula.
It is it is considered to be like, like for the longest time it was like in anybody's top 10 list, it was like your number one movie.
Yeah.
Because
Citizen Kane.
Citizen Kane. Yep.
Mhm.
I don't like it. Boring.
Nah, it's a good movie. It takes
Not
its
number
time.
one.
What?
Not the number one movie of all time.
No, it isn't.
At least for
according
me.
to
I mean, I thought it was boring.
this. Marlon Brando, Robert Duvall,
Streetcar.
Oh
Godfather 1?
no,
Martin-
Apocalypse Now.
Apocalypse
Yeah.
Now. I
That's a
love
good
the
movie.
smell of napalm in the morning.
Yes.
It smells like victory.
I was like,
Don't forget Martin Sheen.
Mhm.
Yeah. Who lost
he
his
had a heart
mind.
attack. He had a heart attack too.
Yeah, heart
Yeah,
attack.
I had a heart attack.
This is the other quintessential Rob Reiner movie.
When Harry
Big.
met Sally.
No,
Better off dead.
there's a shortage of perfect breasts in this world. It would be a shame to damage yours.
Oh, hang on.
Robin Wright, Carrie Elwes, Mandy
Oh.
Patinkin,
Right.
Princess Bride.
Brad.
Andre the Giant.
I finally watched it. I think I told you.
Yeah, like no,
Is that what
she's
Mitch-
gonna kill herself. She's gonna take the dagger and kill herself. And then he's on the bed and he says, "There's a shortage of perfect breasts in this world. It would be a shame to damage yours." All right, Will, do you
Go.
like science fiction movies?
Love
I
it.
think we established
Okay.
that.
Do you like science fiction horror movies?
Yeah.
Do you like science fiction horror movies with the tagline "In space, no one can hear you scream"? The star Sigourney Weaver and John Hurt,
And not directed by James Cameron.
and directed by Ridley Scott, which was the
You already
movie
answered this.
the movie that came out before the other movie that I asked you about. That if you removed an S from your answer, you would have the answer to the movie.
Just Alien, right?
Yeah, Alien, there it is. Yes. And then Scott has to ruin it every single time because he doesn't like the scene in the tunnel because it looks silly.
It's goofy. It looks like a guy like going,
Because that's what it is. It is a guy.
Yeah,
Well,
it's
now,
close.
yeah. I mean,
Yeah, I just don't like it.
you just didn't have the effect.
I'd rather have like the mouth.
Yeah.
1999 movie that had a huge gotcha moment.
Crying Game.
But-
Sixth Sense.
Not
what
the Crying Game, not the Sixth Sense.
What year?
What was the other one? 99.
1999. You met me at a very weird moment in my life.
Oh, I know the quote. but I can't
Is I
believe-
believe the last line of the movie. Is,
Oh,
Fight Club. Fight Club.
the Fight Club. There
Oh,
you go.
Fight
Well
Club.
done, Will. Yeah.
yeah, of course.
You know, as they're watching all the buildings
the-
collapse, he says,
the-
"You met me at a very odd moment in my life."
Yeah.
Did you hear that they changed the ending for the Chinese version?
The
Oh,
what?
did they?
The Chinese version.
No, what'd they do?
The cops catch them, and
What?
nothing, and they go to jail. Nothing explodes.
That sounds way
Uh.
better.
Yeah, it's so much better.
Yes.
That sounds
Not
so
different at
weird.
all.
Why
Yeah.
would they do that?
Oh, I don't know, because they don't want to promote dissidents.
I suppose, yeah.
I mean, it's
I
a dissident movie, right?
Yeah.
yeah, no.
Thanks
So
for
is Mr. Robot basically the TV version of Fight Club?
Maybe.
To an extent. Yeah.
But I mean, but the thing about, I'll say this, I can usually see the gotcha moment in movies coming. Like I don't get
Yeah.
surprised by much.
I didn't
But I
get
mean
that.
that one caught me
I
off guard.
completely. by
Sixth
surprise.
Sense hit me like right in the chest completely.
Yeah.
I was
No,
hooked on
I-
Inventor.
Because when is a guy ever going to beat the shit out of himself? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That was.
Though they do hint at it when he does it. No, never mind. I'm thinking of a different movie.
Different
No.
movie.
No,
There's-
that's the
there's-
same
there's enough
movie.
hints, but it's
Same
like-
movie.
Same movie because like he wants to like not get fired from his job, but he wants to be able to like get his like benefits or whatever. And so then he beats the crap out of himself in front of his boss. And the guy's like, "What are you doing?" Yeah.
And he says
Um,
something like, "For some reason, I have deja vu," or "I felt like I've done this before."
The like first 20 minutes of this Steven Spielberg movie are a tough watch.
Schindler's List.
Saving Private Ryan.
Saving Private Ryan.
Saving Private
Yeah.
Ryan.
Normandy.
Yeah. I mean,
Normandy,
remember, I mean, that one just walked up and just punched you right in the mouth.
It's a tough one.
Yeah. And just, I still have that one moment or whatever where the bullet ricochets off the guy's helmet. They go, wow,
You lucky bastard. And then it boom.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
takes his helmet off to look at it and he gets shot in the head. God, just
There's very few Spielbergisms in that movie, but that's one of them.
yeah.
There's
I've read
a
about
joke,
this,
but like not really.
yeah, I've read
Yeah.
about like the Spielbergisms or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. James Cameron movie, 1991. Better than the original.
Abyss.
T2.
No, T2, yeah. Was it
T2,
91? I thought it was, yeah, I guess it was 91.
So okay, so Terminator 2 with the T-1000, Robert Patrick, right? Did any of you guys watched Peacemaker?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is so weird to think that Robert Patrick in that movie is Robert Patrick in T. It's just like he is such an amazing actor, like as far as like his ability
Oh yeah.
to do what he does. And like you see Robert Patrick is like, admittedly, you know, it's 30 years later. So I mean the guy's in his like late 50s, early 60s or whatever. So he's definitely
Sopranos too, right?
Yeah.
He plays a pretty pathetic person in Sopranos.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, he does. But I mean, but in this one, yeah, I won't spill anything. Watch if you haven't watched Peacemaker, watch the second. You can get, if you have HBO, you have this. Watch the second Suicide Squad movie. So you get the background. You get the background on Peacemaker, and then watch the Peacemaker. It is the first 2 episodes. I'll tell you right now.
How many episodes is it?
It's 8.
78.
Jesus Christ, really?
No,
So it's 8 episodes, and like you will
So
like the first episode's kind of slow because they're just setting the scene and they're getting ready. And the second episode, they start letting you understand what's going on. And by the time the 3rd episode rolls around, it is like the foot is on the gas, and they
Oh,
don't
it's a
let
great
up.
run.
Yeah.
And you know, like I said, my biggest praise for the movie is that like I forgot that it was John Cena. Like I just it was like
He blended away.
It was like he was just another actor
He was
in
pretty
the show.
good.
He
pretty
wasn't a
good.
guy that
He
was hitting
smart.
people. He wasn't hitting people with chairs anymore. You know what I mean? It was just, and he was, yeah. I mean, and it's like,
He pulled off wearing a stupid helmet.
well, no, and then he doesn't really wear the helmet all that much either, right? And it's got a great, cool plot going on as far as
no,
like,
it's really
I mean,
excellent.
yeah, it's got a
Yeah, it
great,
is a good
like as
series.
far as like trying to figure out what's going on and why is what is what and what is what. And Matt, you'll back me up. There is one scene of acting that Cena pulls off that is just like, it is gut wrenching. It is like, you know, the amount of emotion that he shows in that one. Like you're just kind of like, holy shit, this is John Cena.
And he can play piano.
He's pretty decent, man. He's pretty comfy on screen.
Yeah, I mean, it's like
Darth Herbert.
he came into his own on that one.
I remember seeing him on Chuck.
Dark helmet.
Yeah. So,
Right.
Evan, we're doing the Rolling Stone released their newest top 100 movies of all time. We're on number 30 right now. 1978 musical.
Chorus line.
Xanadu.
Evan.
Grease.
Grease.
Yeah,
Oh.
Grease.
We're just shouting out, Evan.
Change the rules mid-game. All right.
Different.
I just wandered into a room and I think I know what's going on.
Number 29. Science fiction movie. Very slow moving.
2001.
There you go. There you go.
A Space Odyssey.
Mostly, I mean,
I almost watched that again. Almost.
I watched 2001 again, like a few weeks ago.
What are you doing, Dave?
You know, and it's just like it is so slow.
Yeah.
That is. It is just
it's
it
real
is.
slow.
And then I like thinking everybody talks about how amazing it is. And the reason why everybody thinks it's amazing is because of the effects, right? I mean, just like because he did stuff.
It's also the mood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it definitely but anyway.
I wouldn't do that
1999 movie. I remember I didn't see this in the movie theater, and then like I went over to my buddy's house and he had put the DVD in.
Oh, it's
And-
That
No. And
one.
then, like, no, I stopped by his place and like it was like 15, 20 minutes in, and I was like, "What's this?" And he said the name, and I was like, "Yeah, I've never seen this." He's like, "What? Are you serious?" He's like, "We're back in this
Matrix?
off to the beginning." Yep, there you go.
What was
The
it?
Matrix.
The Matrix.
1999.
Who
And
called
you know what
them?
the best thing about the Matrix is? They never made any
They
sequels.
never made
They never
one.
made any
Stand
sequels.
alone.
They just let it stand on its own and just
I
be
can't believe
amazing.
the newest one costs more than the other ones.
I can.
It's
It's
expensive one.
inflation. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's 30 years ago, Scott.
The second
Yeah.
movie
Yeah.
is real damn expensive.
I heard Scott made a movie, produced a movie.
I did produce the movie.
Yes. I started to watch it, then I fell asleep. No
haven't
offense,
started
Scott. I
yet.
do that a lot.
I've got it up.
on
I've got it up on a tab though. I'm gonna watch it.
You got it queued up. It's
Yeah.
free
what
now.
movie is that?
The game designers
It's all YouTube.
Oh,
on YouTube. It's free.
I'm not in it, so probably don't need to watch it. But
Yeah,
I was gonna.
it's interesting. It's sort of a snapshot from like 5 years ago. 'Cause
Yeah.
the guy who filmed it.
It's even got Ernie on there.
Yeah, it's old school. I think it's got
All right, number 27.
27.
Also a 1999 movie.
99.
that's our clue.
Stars Tom Hanks.
99 Tom Hanks.
Stars
Castaway?
David Morse.
I don't know who
not,
that
not
is.
Castaway.
Not Castaway.
No.
David.
Based on a Stephen King book.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
the Green Mile.
The Green Mile.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's a weird
Like
one.
David Morris. What is he in?
I don't think that movie's that great.
David Morse plays the
One of the other guards.
He's one of the other guys, the really tall guy.
Yeah.
David Morse is a it's that guy actor. You see
Yeah.
him in a movie, and you're like, oh, it's that guy.
I've seen him
Um,
before.
1993 movie used was like the first movie to really use CGI that blew everybody away.
Lawnmower Man.
Yes, correct. Number 26 greatest movie ever.
That was a weird freaking
That was
movie,
a bad
man.
movie, man.
That was a weird movie.
Yeah, it was.
They're coming out. They're coming out with a brand new one.
Another
They're
Stephen
bringing,
King story.
they're coming out with
Yeah.
a brand new one, and they're bringing everybody back.
No.
Are we being serious right now? Lawnmower Man's on the list?
No.
No, it is not.
What was the year again, Lance? 90 what?
93.
It wasn't
First
episode
CG
one, was it?
It's not Abyss.
Jurassic Park.
Jurassic
Oh,
Park.
the Jurassic.
Oh.
And
I watched
they're
that.
bringing back Laura Dern and Sam Neill and Jeff
Oh, that's
Goldblum.
awesome.
My first
Yeah.
GTS movie.
Down to
It was
screw.
like it was crazy.
Down
It
to
was so
screw, yeah.
loud in that theater.
Was it?
Oh my gosh.
Let's see here. 2001, number 25, 2001 movie.
Face Off.
First of a trilogy.
Lord of the
Lord of
Rings.
the Rings.
Lord of the Rings, the
Yeah.
Fellowship of the Ring.
Fellowship of the Ring.
I still remember opening night, the moment everybody knew the Balrog was showing up, and like you could see everybody just kind of straighten up in their seats and just start leaning
Paying
forward.
attention.
Like it was like everybody was just like, okay, yeah, it's just 3 hours.
I went
Oh,
to that
wait a
movie
minute.
with Michelle, my wife, and we were not dating at the time.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
The
That's why
depths
she
of
went with you.
Mordor kindled the fire of love.
So do you watch that every year, Scott, to rekindle your?
She didn't like it.
So that's a negative.
She didn't like Lord of the Rings.
Nah.
Didn't do anything for
Did you say when she said she didn't like it? Did you say it's a good thing you're cute, baby?
her. Yeah, that's exactly what I said.
I don't picture that going over well.
Absolutely fabulous movie, 2019. Foreign movie.
Did they make an absolutely fabulous
Hereditary.
movie?
Which
Hereditary.
say Forrest? No, not a, Hereditary is not a foreign movie.
Oh, I already said horror.
Oh,
Well, this is kind of like a horror movie. but it's more just
Oh, I know what it
tension.
is.
2019.
Parasite.
Amelie.
Parasite. Yeah.
Amelie.
I have not seen that yet.
Oh, you said horror.
Watch.
Like,
Oh, yeah,
never mind.
Parasite's
Watch
freaking
Parasite.
phenomenal.
I can't read when I'm high, so
There's a dubbed version, which is not. It's not terrible. That's what I watched first time.
Oh, is there? Okay.
I don't even know
see
if
it.
I watched the main one.
1982 Steven Spielberg movie. It was that one of the biggest cliffhanger moments was ruined by the kid sitting behind me, and I'd never seen the movie before.
82?
Oh,
Return of the
now I-
Jedi.
E.T. is right, yeah.
What was
And
the
then
cliffhanger on it?
when E.T. it looked like E.T. had died, some kid behind me turned who was talking throughout the entire movie just super loud said, like, so everybody, don't worry, Dad, E.T. isn't dead.
I cried during ET
Did you?
as a
Baby.
12-year-old or whatever.
Yeah, I know. Everybody
baby.
cried during E.T. That was a tough thing to watch. It's tough to watch E.T. die.
I cried.
Don't worry,
Um,
he's not dead.
He's not dead. And they're not guns either. They're walkie-talkies.
No, they're walkie-talkies, not guns. Christopher Nolan movie, 2010.
Batman.
Redemption.
7.
Inception is
Oh,
Inception.
so good.
How many Christopher Nolan movies are on this list?
A lot.
Sponsored by
game-
Christopher Nolan.
I think this
Man, I like
being
him.
on any top 100 list ever is like the most worthless thing of all time. But here you go. James Cameron, 2009.
Avatar, man.
Transformers.
Oh,
What's wrong with Avatar? It's so good.
it's
I liked
it's
Avatar.
it's
So
Fern
good.
Gully, but more
So what?
expensive.
What's
So
wrong
what?
with Ferngully?
And
Anthony
he got
Wolf.
5
Anthony
more.
Wolf.
With Sigourney Weaver.
It's so good.
What's so good about it?
He prays before he kills the
It's
creature.
just the coolness of it all and the technology.
He called it unobtainium.
That's dumb.
Yes.
Yes, I agree. I'm not going to throw the movie out though.
Yeah.
I am.
It looks so
Throw it right in the
expensive.
fucking trash.
Like, it still looked. I looked at it recently.
Well, it's hard
It
to
still looks
get.
expensive.
Number 20. The movie that had 7 different endings. And you're wondering when it was finally going to be
Clue.
over.
The Clue. Yeah.
Not Clue.
No, not Clue.
7. Yeah.
Seven.
Though that would be on my top 100.
Yeah.
Austin Powers.
No,
Yeah, baby.
Wayne's World.
It's the third part of a trilogy.
What was the year again?
2003.
Return of the King.
Return of the King.
Yeah.
Uh,
That ending.
It
I
did have
hate.
too many endings.
yeah.
Yeah, I said it had like
Oh, it's
7
over.
different endings.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no, it's over now. It's over. Wait,
No, now.
no, now. No, wait.
Scooby Doo ending. Doodle-doo, doodle-doo, doodle-doo.
Here comes the credits.
I got one.
I have seen things you wouldn't believe. I've seen.
Blade Runner.
I just all these will be gone like
Yeah, that's a good
tears
one.
in the rain.
Yeah.
Is that from?
Crazy how good that is.
Blade Runner, written by
Mm.
Harrison Ford, Rutger Hauer, Sean
Mhm.
Young.
Oh yeah.
Just I love me some Blade Runner. That
Mhm.
is such a.
Yeah.
Let me tell you about my mother.
Let me tell you about my mother.
Just
Although the
Such-
whole scene where he's dissecting the photograph where he goes around the corners is kind of wonky.
yeah, it is. But
You're like, oh, there's a person there that wasn't there in the original photo. Okay.
Mhm.
and then the whole you've done a man's job. You know, like all the little hints that Harrison Ford is actually a replicant, and like if you put them all
Does he
together.
say that? You've done a man's job.
Like what's his face, the guy that Edward James Olmos, his
Yeah.
partner or whatever,
Mhm.
I know he lives in the
who's-
little crane.
and,
or
and
the-
he's shadowing,
or
and
the
each one of
unicorn.
those is like it's part of the glass menagerie, and it signifies a certain part of that, and basically the fact that he is not real. They say that
Mhm.
Harrison Ford isn't real, and then at the very end when he goes, he's like, "You've done a real man's job." It was one of the last. It's like another one of these little things, and the fact that almost knows it, and he just kind of like you get the inherent idea is that he knows it, but he's not turning him in because he's like getting the credit for what Harrison Ford's doing. You know, that's one of those things. There's a lot of other stuff going on, but yeah,
I know that I heard something recently that the ending is from a different movie.
Well, so if
Well, they made a couple
I'm
different
not gonna
They made a
do the
couple,
deep
yeah.
dive into it right here, but I mean, if you go into it, it's like the way that there was a way that there's a way that they wanted to end it, but then the studio came back and said you can't end it like that.
Yeah. The
And they had to do like a
director's
voiceover.
So they had
and-
that, yeah, the voiceover where they're driving through the forest.
Yeah.
cut. Yes. Yeah.
And,
So-
and that footage is from a different movie.
Yeah.
And it was like ambiguous as to whether or not.
Yeah.
Here you go, Will. Here's no one for you. You like gangster movies, right? You like gangster movies directed by Martin Scorsese in 1990?
But I
That
guess this
Got that one.
that starred Robert De Niro and Ray Liotta and Joe Pesci.
that's got to be Casino, right?
Well, maybe, but the
Close.
Casino was the one. Casino, I casino it. I liked it the first time when I saw. How am I funny?
How the
I
fuck
mean-
am I funny?
How funny? Oh man.
They were good.
Do I
something.
amuse you?
Like, do I amuse you? Do I? And then the opening scene is the guy in the trunk. I just remember that. Yeah,
That's
did
such
you
a-
drop? Did you drop this pen? It's a really nice pen. Take that pen and shove it. Why don't you get my shine box? You motherfucker!
Motherfucker.
Nobody played psychotically angry as well as Joe Pesci.
I didn't like
Sure.
the Casino though. He's quite miserable.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a miserable person in Casino.
Yeah.
But yeah, Goodfellas, great movie. 1942 Humphrey Bogart movie with Ingrid Bergman,
Casablanca.
Casablanca.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Number 16.
Goodfellas did not win. Goodfellas did not win Best Picture.
No.
You know
Number
what?
16, 1987 movie starring Jerry Orbach, Jennifer Grey,
Dirty Dancing.
Dirty Dancing.
yeah.
How is that number 16?
Because it
I
was
remember when
iconic.
that came out. That was a thing on itself.
Oh, yeah.
That
Dances
was
with Wolves beat.
The tagline for Dirty Dancing
Dances
was
with Wolves was good.
It is, but
Dirty-
it's not better
the
than Goodfellas.
tagline for Dirty Dancing was first dance, first love,
So
the time of your life.
yeah.
Exactly.
So do you guys know there's this reality show where they're remaking the Dirty Dancing movie?
No.
why.
Yeah, I don't know. I was hanging out with the show and we're watching TV, and it was like the next show on after the show we watched.
That's amazing.
And it's some reality show where they're recreating scenes from the movie like, as a competition. What?
They're still
All right.
trying to pull the reality show juice.
Oh, they're
Number
gonna milk that.
15, number
Oh,
15,
yeah.
1965 movie starring Christopher Plummer,
Is it Load Runner?
Eleanor Parker,
Oh,
Juliet Andrews,
Oh, Sound of Music.
Yeah.
Oh.
And the music.
How do you solve a problem like Maria?
Oh, you're going to get defunded.
Oh, I suppose maybe.
on.
The best,
Why?
the
dubbed
let's see,
Christopher
1981 movie starring Karen Allen and Harrison Ford.
Witness?
81.
Would you say Scott Witness?
Witness? No.
No.
Oh,
Frantic.
Frantic. No.
Number
The,
30, this is number 14 greatest movie. of all
Presumed
Oh,
time.
that's Indiana Jones.
Indiana Jones, Raiders of the Lost
Oh,
Ark.
yeah.
Now
Jones.
it's,
Better than Indiana
uh,
Jones.
what's her name there?
Indiana Jones is not great. Come on.
Oh,
I enjoyed it
It's
a
not
lot.
top
I
20.
mean, it's been nice having you on, Scott, but I
Come
think
on.
it's
Would you put,
Yeah.
Everyone
would you
play
put
him out,
Indiana
please.
Jones
Play
on
him
there?
out.
oh
Like, in
yeah,
your top 20?
yeah. I would put in the top 20 for the chasing the truck scene alone. The where he gets on the horse
Oh,
and he
yeah.
takes off after the race and then like basically fighting from truck to truck to truck to
I
get
might
up
have
and
done that like maybe like 10 years ago would have been my top 20, but not now.
oh, Raiders of the
There's
Lost
been so
Ark.
I did
many
enjoy it.
movies other than that.
Yeah.
Kalima.
Top men.
Top man on it. Top.
A bad movie.
All right, here we go.
Not bad, but it's not top 20.
2003 movie starring Hugh Grant, Liam Neeson, Alan Rickman.
Love Actually.
There you go.
Yeah, that was good.
Love
I,
Actually.
I enjoyed
I'm
it.
surprised to see that in the top 20.
I
I've
enjoyed
never
it.
seen it.
It's enjoyable, but I didn't think it would be top 20.
If you want a
2000
good Alan Rickman movie that's like a not well known, is
Harry
Blow Dry.
Potter.
Blow Dry.
Blow Dry.
It's about hairdressers, and he plays this hairdresser, and it's hilarious. Josh Hartnett's in it. Natasha Richardson's in it. It's really good.
I'll take your word.
That was his wife, isn't it?
No, you should watch it. It's really good.
No, you should watch it.
No, you should.
Watch
All
it.
right.
Don't make me come over
2019 movie starring Zoe Saldana, Karen Gillan,
Guardians of the
That's
Galaxy.
Avengers.
Elizabeth Olsen.
Endgame.
Endgame. There you go.
Endgame. Yeah.
Oh, really? Oh, man.
The number 11 movie, 2008, Christopher Nolan.
Memento.
Batman Begins.
Yeah.
Uh,
Batman.
The Dark Knight.
The
Dark
Dark
Knight.
Knight. There you
That
go.
was 2008.
That was 2008. Yeah.
When was
Here we
your
go.
The Christopher Nolan list.
Here we go. Here we go. We're on the top 10. The top 10 movies of all time, according to
Top 10
Rolling.
Christopher Nolan movies of all time.
All by
Top
Christopher
10.
Nolan.
I think 7.
Someone stuffed the
according to
ballot
Rolling
box.
Stone, these are the top 10 movies of all time. Here we go. And they actually have like longer explained. Before it was just the name and everything like that. Jam-packed with symbolism, intertextuality, cultural commentary. When this film first hit theaters in 1994, it was unleashed to an America still in shock after the
Pulp
World
Fiction.
Trade Center bombing.
No.
This depicted the lovable, honest, and brave hero.
Die Hard.
The film won the Best Picture and earned over $683 million.
John McClane.
Those who made it through to the end and didn't weep into their sleeves are a rare breed.
Oh.
Everyone can quote at least one line.
No clue. What year?
What year?
1994.
Oh,
Born on the 4th of July?
Forrest Gump. That is
Yup.
correct.
Oh, I did cry at Forrest
Doesn't
Gump.
hold
That's
up, by the
true.
way.
Just that. I miss you, Jenny. Oh,
I
oh.
had nothing. I felt nothing.
You
I
are-
I definitely wept.
You are a sociopath. That's what you are.
God is.
It just
You were like laughing.
Side.
Like I get to see it in a movie theater, and like like Aldi sitting like 4 rows back, six seats to the left, to your right. I miss you, Jay.
no, but I didn't. There was no reaction from my
I cried on your behalf.
Oh, I mean, when he meets his son, and he just like, is he like me? No, he's very smart, and he's just, you can see the relief on his face, like he knows, because he knows he's stupid, and just like, it was so good.
And you'd never see that today.
Oh, and then the whole thing where he says, he basically says that, like, I'll wait right here for you to come back, and like go ahead and go. Oh man, just good stuff. Here we go, number 9. Sci-fi film, an adventure flick, a coming-of-age story. For all its eye-catching looks, the movie tells a surprisingly grounded human story about friendship and the importance of being assertive. But the star of this movie isn't its stellar cast or the now iconic prop. I'm editing here. Though both of these things were huge factors. That honor belongs to Robert Zemeckis and Bob Gale's brilliant script.
Back to the Future?
Back to the Future. Very good. Yes. They're basically saying with the stellar cast and the now iconic DeLorean time machine.
You know they're coming in with a new DeLorean?
An electric one.
I heard about that. Yeah.
Yes.
Does it go back in time?
Here we go. Number
fall
8.
apart like the first one did.
They just don't make films like blank anymore. Once the highest earning film ever made, and still when adjusted for inflation,
Titanic.
This epic tale combined the backdrop of the American history to tell a dramatic story about an ill-fated and messy romance. But the true star of this movie is undeniably the lead actress, Vivian Lee. Arguably the first example of a cinematic anti-hero. She was unlike all cinematic female protagonists before. Gone with the Wind. Yes, there you go. Where she actively butted heads with the established patriarchy at the time, was unapologetic about it. Though Gone with the Wind's glorification of slavery and depictions of race has aged poorly in the decades since, it's hard to deny the powerful impact it still has on audience because, frankly, my dear, people still give a damn.
Have you guys seen it?
We had that movie
long ago.
I worked at.
Yeah, long ago.
It was the only movie we ever had that had an intermission because it came on 4 reels.
Yep.
Oh wow.
Nice.
So because movies go on 2 projectors, right?
Yeah.
And then when you're done those 2, you got to put the other 2 on. So they got to change them.
Yep.
That's your intermission.
Yeah.
Did you
it makes me sad that projectionists just don't really have a job anymore.
I know.
But anyway, here we go. Following up, number 7. Following up on one of the greatest and most influential films of all time is a daunting task. But in the case of Blank, it manages the high benchmark by doubling down on everything. The story is richer, the effects are more dazzling, the action sequence even more audacious.
Empire Strikes Back.
The Empire Strikes Back. The newly introduced characters are instantly iconic, while original fan favorites are fleshed out further. Top that all off with cinema's all-time great twist endings. The result is a rare sequel that not only matches its predecessor, but arguably surpasses it.
It's impossible.
Number 6.
I mean, this list put Revenge of the Sith out of here. Like,
yeah.
No, of the
prequels, Revenge of the Sith is the best. I mean, it is.
I think the first one is the best. Anyway,
no, well, you'd be wrong again, Mr. I don't have a heart or a soul, or the ability to shed tears. I was born without tear ducts.
I never cry.
Left, what was this mom's name?
Padme.
Agui. No, or whatever.
Oh, his mom.
Yeah,
I don't remember.
Yeah, but no.
Let's see here. Number 6. Though awarded a PG rating in the U.S., the number of bloody sequences in this movie has a reputation to be the most shocking to be delivered this year. But like all features of this type, the villain lived largely in our minds. Lauded as the first summer blockbuster.
Freddy Krueger.
Jaws. There you go.
Jaws.
The greatest movie of all time, in my opinion, is Jaws, and will always be Jaws. The U.S., the $2.5 million publicity campaign purposely waited for sun-kissed viewers to take reprieve at shopping mall cinemas across America. This chosen release season was cruel when considering the lifetime of Galophobia it incited, but ultimately genius. Steven Spielberg's cultural phenomenon turned cult classic told the story of a small seaside resort terrorized by a great white shark. It's since been pored over by critics and academics alike. Some have even deemed it a parable about corrupt authority figures. When adjusted for inflation, the film's total worldwide box office is estimated to be over $2 billion.
Cool. Buy that for $1.
It's like it says here, like
now
just
that's
like
a
John,
good movie.
Just like John Williams' Sinister
Global
Shark
Cop.
theme song made with just 2 music notes, the appeal of Jaws was in a way it crept up on you. Granted, the unforgettable opening sequence had a few cinemagoers rushing to the exit on release in the summer of 1975, but the shark didn't make a full appearance until 81 minutes into the movie.
Because it kept breaking.
Yep, basically that's the whole reason why, because it just wouldn't work.
What do you think people would learn from that?
I can't think of. Why can't I think of Roy Scheider, Robert Shaw, and
Richard Dreyfuss?
Yeah. Richard Dreyfuss said that like basically they would get makeup done, they get everything done, and then they'd sit in their trailer until the loudspeaker you'd hear, "Attention, the shark is working. The shark is working. Please report to the set." But a lot of days they would just sit in their trailers, and he said we sit in the trailers drinking beer, playing cards, and smoking cigarettes until you heard that the shark was working. So
it's an all right way to pass a day, make a buck.
Yeah. When they didn't know what was going to happen at the they went to the first ever showing of it, and like they like Scheider, Dreyfuss, and Spielberg all sat in the back row and watched the crowd react to the movie. And then they left early, and then they went outside, and they basically, like, they said it was just like, because it took so long to make, and it was just so, they were so worried. But then like he said he walked outside, and Spielberg goes, "We fucking did it." He's like, "We
saw a dollar sign."
Yeah, basically, no, he was just like, they were just ecstatic with joy. He was just all right. Here we go. Number 5. And Spielberg would sneak into movie theaters to watch it just for the scene where the head pops out.
Kid.
What?
Oh.
No. Yeah, I'm not gonna sit here and watch you spill that Kittner kid all over the dock. Such a good movie. Anyway, here we go. When this movie debuted at Cannes in 1994, the Clint Eastwood Shere Khan jury gave it festival's top prize. By the time it hit theaters later that October, it had already become the quintessential movie of the 1990s. This eternally quotable, melodramatic, vivacious, and seriously funny Cinemania collage was an adrenaline shot to the heart. The movie followed the actor's debut, released the year prior. With just 2 films under the director's belt, it cemented his signature style, which was critically unpacked in boardrooms, dorm rooms, and bedrooms for years to come. Made for only $8 million, it grossed over 213. It was a commercially hit, released during a purple patch for American cinema. Went up against 4 Weddings and a Funeral.
Swingers, no.
And movie lost out to Tom. Movie lost the Best Picture to Forrest Gump, but its cool factor was already off the charts. The only person more enviable than anyone who helped make the film are those who get to watch it for the very first time.
Isn't it?
Slackers? Was that? No.
Slackers. What are you talking about?
I'm trying to think of that independent movie. Give me a minute.
Oh,
It was the guy.
I'm not even supposed to be here today. That one.
No, not Clerks.
No, it wasn't Clerks. It was the one that inspired Clerks.
All right.
What's his name was in it? John Favreau.
I love you, honey bunny. I love you, pumpkin.
Oh, Hudson Hawk.
Hey, you fucking pricks,
Hudson
move, and I'll execute every level fucking last one of you.
Is he Honey Bunny from Hudson Hawk?
Oh, it's Pulp Fiction.
There you go. Thank you. Welcome to 5 minutes ago.
You don't hear me.
Well, I wasn't thinking that one.
Yeah.
I love Pulp Fiction.
Yeah.
It was Tim Roth, right? I love you.
Tim
Honey
Roth and
It was for me. It was the year I moved to Dallas, and I never had gone to any theater before here.
Yeah.
So we went to this theater and went in. It was a late night movie, and when we came out, the mall was closed, so I couldn't figure out how to get back to my car. This huge ass mall. I get back to my car, and this weird fog comes into Dallas. So I'm driving home completely on the road by myself, in the massive amounts of highways here, and I was like, oh my god, that movie was just blowing me away. Such a weird, surreal night.
there you go. The number four greatest movie of all time. There is no other film in existence that utilizes its 3-hour runtime as effectively or as efficiently. The film examines the dehumanizing influence of capitalism in America, yet it can also be viewed as a
Wolf
story
of Wall Street.
about a
AI.
a dysfunctional family or a tragic tale of a man who tries so hard to not become his father but ultimately fails. As thematically and narratively rich as this movie is, it's the actors who elevate the film from great to an all-time classic. Most of the main actors deliver their career best performances. The film featured arguably the most talented cast in cinematic history.
Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
You got it. You got it.
Nailed it.
Well done.
What year?
When the son becomes the new head of the family, the film's bittersweet climax and the credits start to roll. It's hard to believe that 3 hours could fly by so quickly.
Godfather 2?
Father.
The first
original?
Godfather.
I thought we
The
were
original
gonna go with
Godfather, yeah.
I thought that was
First
mentioned already. Yeah, the first.
Marlon Brando, Al Pacino, and James Caan delivered their best performances ever. Here we go. Number 3, greatest movie of all time. What more is there to say about this sci-fi adventure masterpiece? From going over budget to a concept that seemed like utter nonsense on paper, this instead became one of the most successful and
Star Wars
influential.
4: A New Hope.
Star Wars
Yes.
4: A New
I was
Hope.
hoping it wasn't going to be that.
Not only did it change filmmaking with its groundbreaking special effects, left behind a cultural footprint that's yet to be matched by any other film. With a story that's epic in scope and rich in adventure, not to mention the abundance of iconic characters like Luke Skywalker, Han Solo, Princess Leia, and Darth Vader, New Hope gave audience something they didn't ask for and left them forever wanting more. There you go. Number 2. This director's brilliantly written and directed epic saga is so perfectly pieced together that inner romantic saw it as one of the greatest love stories ever told, while cinephiles regaled over its innovation and complexity. Credit must be given to the director for pushing out the already lengthy filming process and the budget in order to make the record-breaking sensation. Grossed over $2 billion worldwide and featured the unparallelable pairing of the actor and actress. This movie remains a daring time capsule. Yeah, there you go. Titanic.
That's our number 1.
Number 2.
Oh, number 2.
The attention to detail is only matched by the action-filled execution and with the spellbinding conclusion that acts as a momentary band-aid after Jack's heartbreaking death. This film was something audiences had never experienced before.
The Notebook.
So yeah, The Notebook.
That was earlier.
That was
earlier.
No, it was
Titanic.
earlier.
Oh,
No,
was
so
it?
so
Yeah.
I do remember, and I don't agree with the take, but I think it was funny. So on Seinfeld, the show, like one of their cold openings or one of the very beginnings, George is at Jerry's apartment or whatever, and George goes, "Oh, hey, I finally went and saw Titanic." He's like, "Oh, what'd you think?" He's like, "So the old lady, she's just basically a big liar." and then Jerry follows up, yeah, and kind of a slut too.
Paid out during Schindler's List.
She's just basically a
I'm
big
actually
liar.
surprised they put that in the movie because I feel like there's a big blowback on Titanic. Like no one admits that it's good
Yeah, I don't know.
in modern day.
It was. I mean, it had issues, but it was good.
I loved it.
Yeah.
I still love it.
All right, here we go. Number 1. This adaptation of a short story has been receiving
Shawshank Redemption.
Thank you.
Is it really
Thank you for
Shawshank?
That's
doing
their
it.
number 1.
It's pretty good, but I don't think it's number 1.
Yeah.
It is good,
Continue.
but yeah.
What were you gonna say?
The Stephen King novel
are they just
adaptation
going on
has been
IMDb
receiving
or
rave
something?
reviews since its debut in 1994. Even the world's most famous former prisoner, Nelson Mandela, said he loved it, but the film wasn't always thought of as a cinematic masterpiece it is today. While initial reviews were largely favorable, it had a rough start at the box office. Financially, the film bombed. The tide changed in 1997 when cable network TNT acquired the rights to air the film as much as it wanted, which it most certainly did. Now it is one of the most celebrated cinema signpost moments. It tops most favorite movies lists and almost, it was like this is received the most votes, all in the space of just over a week. It's a film about truth and honesty, all portrayed and narrated by some of the Hollywood's finest. And the film offers thrill without action, romance without sex, and the story of male friendship without a gunfight. Its timeless nature give it endless lifespan, setting the bar for a generation of filmmakers to follow.
And with that,
And if you haven't read the novella, which is Rita Hayworth in The Shawshank Redemption, it'll take you about an hour to read, and it is it goes so much more into a lot of the stuff, and it's still, I mean, the movie there's actually 3 different wardens and they basically compress 3 wardens into one for the movie, and just well worth the read or the audiobook or whatever you want to, however you want to consume it. But
He said.
it is super good. And I still remember, I remember thinking I thought that movie was just absolutely freaking amazing, and I loved it. And then I remember my mother had never seen it, and I told her to watch it, and that was when I was working at the video store, and I just brought her home the movie. I was like, here, watch this. And she got so upset while watching it. She kept pausing it and asking me, because she was watching it in her room, and she kept pausing it and asked me, tell me he gets out of prison. And I was just like, Mom, you have to watch the movie. No, I can't watch this. If he doesn't get out of prison, I can't watch this. If it ends badly, I'm going to be so sad. And I was like, I can't tell you, Mom. You got to watch the movie. 3 times she asked me, she paused the movie and just begged me to tell her Tell me the ending. Tell me he gets out so I can watch it. I was like, no, you gotta watch the whole movie. So
I can't believe you got enticed to give a spoiler and did not do it.
Really?
Yeah.
You resisted your urge.
Yeah.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night, Matthew.
Your true nature.
Yes.
I'm behind on my work, Matt. So
Yeah, I know that's okay.
I was sick.
We're swamped. Divinity is keeping us like stupid busy. So
Divinity
Well, that's good. That's a good problem.
what's
Yeah.
that?
It's a good problem.
You got too
Yeah.
much work.
This game is ginormous.
It's like when people are like, "Oh, I have to thin my hair. Oh, it just keeps growing," and I'm like, "That's a good problem." Okay.
I spent 12 hours yesterday working on the template for one card.
Well, but
And-
then once you have that template, you can use it on the rest, right?
Let me say, this was just the data merge. It's already been designed. I needed to get the spreadsheet working.
Yeah.
Oh, that was just a technical issue.
That was just a technical thing.
Data
trying to lay out
mergers
all
are
the
a pain in
different
the ass, man.
fields.
program.
Yeah, I was like, wow.
What do you use InDesign?
Yeah.
That's what I do too. I do just straight up, Google Sheet to InDesign.
So in this case, there's 4 different types of location cards,
Yeah.
and I wanted to do all of the things
Yeah, in one.
in one master file, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So there's all the fields for all the.
Yeah.
It was very, yeah.
A few
Luckily-
extra columns.
Luckily, one of the dudes from Restoration Games is working on this, and he is like a spreadsheet fucking wizard.
Yeah.
And the stuff he can do, and we're using like grep styling and
You're allowed to say
everything
who
to
that
do.
person is.
What's that?
You're allowed to say who that person is.
No.
I don't know.
Loose lip sync ships, my friend.
I mean, it's interesting because like that game's been under Kickstarter for like 2 years now, 3 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. So hearing the status from you makes me excited, but also sad because it still sounds like it's far away.
It's not. Well, I mean, it
Oh,
is,
it's
but
not?
it's not. It's,
Yeah.
it's,
Well, I mean,
it's-
it's not printed yet, right?
No, but we have a deadline, which is not too far away to get it to print. So
what was the game?
Divinity Original Sin. It's based on a video game.
Yeah.
Of the same name.
Cool.
Anywho.
Sounds neat.
Do you know a guy named Killian?
Kieran?
Kieran.
Mhm.
You know?
That's my
Oh,
guy
yeah.
at what's it
Yeah,
called?
I played games with him in Ireland when I went out there to visit.
Yeah, he's super nice.
He's part of the game group that I went to.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, funny.
Yeah, he's my I talk to him every day.
There you go.
Cool.
Cool.
All right, fellas, have a good night.
Take it easy.
Bye.
Get some work done.
Yeah, no slumber then.
Merge that data.
Yeah.
Anybody playing Elden Ring?
I am playing a ton of Elden Ring. You know that. I
Mm-mm.
just the reason why we
talk
started
about it
late
now?
today was because I was too busy playing Elden Ring.
Did you beat Margit?
Oh, I've beaten Margit. I beat.
I can't beat her.
Yes, you can.
I farmed for like all those hours I talked to you the other night. What was it, last night?
You
minutes
get
ago.
you. I don't. Where are you
I
farming?
kept losing everything from just random like bad luck. I'm farming that first camp, the first soldier camp.
I don't know, man.
There's like 10 soldiers in that camp.
That's a pretty crummy place to farm. You're
I
not
don't
really
know where to
getting.
go.
Elden Ring. Is that just?
Elden.
Does that just mean old ring?
Yeah, that's it.
You
So do you know Dark Souls or
I know of,
Yeah.
heard of, never played.
it's that sort of system where
Okay.
it's bone crushingly hard
Oh, it looks cool.
combat.
So there's a video that I watched about like because everybody says that the rig like the Souls game should have
Looks cool.
they should have a difficulty meter,
Ladder.
right? Like you should
Like
be
just
able
Oh,
to
right.
make the
everybody's
game
health,
easier, you know. And so and like basically
Hidetaki Miyazaki.
and so basically like the argument for the Souls games is that they say that the reason why they don't have that is because it's like, well, you have to earn your wins, right?
Hmm.
You know, it's like so you have a feeling of accomplishment. So if you go into a battle and you get your butt handed to you over and over and over again, when you finally go in there and win, it actually means something. It doesn't mean anything if you just, you know, okay, give them 7 hit points instead of 7,000 and then I won. Yay, you know. And so then the whole thing is that like you can't rely on like just spamming attack buttons and things like that. You have to be smart and stuff like that. So, and the guy actually goes into it pretty deep. I don't agree with him because his whole thing is that his whole thing, but he did say that like he references this marketing guy who Pepsi hired and told him, help us come up with the best Diet Pepsi, make Diet Pepsi the best possible. And he did this thing where they were trying to figure out how much aspartame to put in Diet Pepsi and how sweet it should be. And then he thought there would be like a bell curve where it was like, oh, so most people really liked it when their Diet Pepsi had this percentage of aspartame. But the thing was, is that the data was all over the place. There wasn't like a really simple, and then he didn't realize until much later that like he basically, there wasn't the perfect Diet Pepsi. There were perfect Diet Pepsis. It depended upon the person and what they wanted. And so the premise
talk from what's the guy's name?
And then so basically that same guy then went and Prego hired him
watched this video.
Yeah, well Prego, I can't remember, but while Prego was considered to be a higher quality spaghetti sauce, like Ragu.
Oh, Ragu
was outselling them all the time. And
Prego, like, the Pepsi of Coke.
Yeah. So Prego was like, so the whole thing was like, Prego was this, that like, so he basically, they came up with like 45 different spaghetti sauces. What?
Malcolm Gladwell.
I don't remember the guy's name.
That's good. It's a TED talk that you're talking about.
But he basically took 45 of these different spaghetti sauces, and then he found out that basically 1/3 of people wanted just your basic spaghetti sauce. 1/3 of people wanted a spicy spaghetti sauce, and 1/3 of people wanted a chunky, not smooth spaghetti sauce. But there wasn't anybody actually making like chunky spaghetti sauce at the time. There was like 1/3 of the market that basically wanted something that didn't even exist. And so then Prego immediately marketed that, and all of a sudden they had like they were outselling Ragu because they realized that like there wasn't any one spaghetti sauce out there. There was all kinds of spaghetti sauces out there, and people didn't know what they wanted until you told them what they wanted. And so then the whole idea is the reason why Elden Ring is difficult is because people don't realize they need a difficult game. What?
That was a glitch.
Oh, okay. So like they don't realize that they need to play a difficult game. They can play all the other games out there. You can set the parameters to be easy or whatever, but you don't until you actually play a difficult game, you won't realize just so because everybody runs into Market. Yeah, everybody runs into Market and everybody gets their butt handed to them, and they get their butt handed to them, and they get their butt handed to them.
Yeah, if you don't know these games though, it's real easy.
Well, Scott, I mean, quite honestly, what I did is that I found a video that basically said you can
cheated.
Well, I found a video that basically said go to this area and this is how you kill these things. These things can one hit you, but if you can sneak up behind them and stab them in the back and then follow up with another attack, you can kill them in 2 hits and they give you 1,000 runes each, and there's 4 of them. So you can go there, and then I
haven't found that on my own, right? I mean,
I still have to go there and kill those stupid things, and they one-hitted me probably.
It sounds like an exploit.
Well, maybe, but you can get there. You know, it isn't like yeah. I mean, you just get on your horse and you ride your horse there. You just have to make sure you don't die on the way. And then
Did you know that you can pause in the game?
No, you can't.
It has no pause.
It's
the stupidest thing. Like
you can navigate.
Game.
You can navigate to your inventory and then ask the game to explain its menus.
Yeah,
and it freezes the world around you, keeping you safe from whatever jerks are currently trying to slice you into ribbons.
There's also an exploit where, like, if you go into a boss fight and you realize you're going to lose and you don't want to lose your runes, you can if you can get to the settings and go to quit game and leave, it'll spit you out. And the next time you start,
it's one of. I mean, I love the game, but it has some really stupid stuff. To exit the game, you have to exit the game to the main menu, which takes like 30 seconds to load, and then you can quit. Otherwise, you lose progress. which is the exploit. Or I guess you could just hit Alt F4.
Yeah.
Quit the game instantly. But it tells you, it warns you, it says you shouldn't do that. Because it seems like you didn't quit right last time.
Yeah.
You're gonna lose progress.
No,
Anyway,
the way I beat
cool.
Margit is I over leveled myself. I went and I killed those 4 guys. Probably
If you're getting 4,000 a turn. That's a level probably each time you do it.
Yeah, so I got to like level 30 and I went back and
I'm at level 21.
So I was at level like 30 and I was able to beat them with my jellyfish and with summoning the guy to help you. And then I just hung back and
I
waited
can almost
for those.
beat him with that, but I can't quite beat him.
Yeah.
And then I tried to actually get a human player to summon, but I kept getting summoned to their world instead of them coming to mine to help them. And I would be alive and they would die. Like everybody I went to would just die and want, like, they're idiots. Like there's go right into his face and smack him and you're like, oh, he's dead. And like, and when the host dies, you get summoned back to your own world.
Yeah.
So I was like, I went to like 4 or 5 guys and everybody was a schlub and they were like terrible. I'm like, okay, I guess I'm not so bad because at least I can get about halfway through Margit.
Yeah.
It's a really cool game. The scenery is awesome. The graphics are awesome. The monsters are awesome. It's real hard though. I mean,
They are. It's
a
Kingdom Death Monster monsters.
It's Kingdom Death Monster type monsters. They're really freaky.
What system are you guys playing on? Like, what is it on?
It's on everything. I'm playing it on my PlayStation.
I'm playing on PC.
Gotcha.
If you've never played a Souls game, though, do a little investigation because it can be really, really.
I knew that if I played it on my PC, I mean, I've got a controller, but I knew if I played it on my PC, I would run into a brick wall, and I'd be so annoyed with it, I would download a trainer or something to just like make it so I couldn't lose hit points or something like that, just so I could beat it. And I didn't want to give myself that, so I was just like, nope, can't do it. You did look up a exploit though. I didn't look up an exploit. I looked up what a good rune farming spot was. I still had to get there, and I still had to kill the thing.
Huge world that like takes hours to go across, and then Lance found the spot to go. I'm looking just for me. That on my own.
Cheater.
I'm looking for that on my own.
Well, you know what? I'm already on my second rune lord. So you can just keep trying to.
I did get level. I got enough runes to level up, and then I died, and then I'm like, oh shit, I got to go get my runes again. And you go back and it took a while to get those runes. You go back and I fucking got killed again, and then I'm like, okay, well I just lost because if you die, if your runes are laying on the ground, your runes are gone.
Oh
yeah, so 5,000 runes laying on the ground. I'm running up to it, and some guy blindsides me and kills me, and I'm like, oh, okay, well now I guess I'm done for the night.
Well, and you know, my joke of always like, you know how you prevent that from happening? You play better. I mean, that's
or look up a video on YouTube.
No, if you go online, well, you see you
I'm kidding.
But here's the deal. You still have to win, right? I mean,
you can't. Yeah, you still have to win. Except it sounds like there is an expert.
There's been so many times in my brain I say, well, don't worry about it. I'll just go in there. If it doesn't work, I'll just reload my save. And I have to remind myself, no, I can't do that.
There's no reloading.
There's no reloading a save.
So I was talking to Lance all night, and he was telling me, which he got me the jellyfish. I'll give you that, Lance. That was awesome. Because I felt I was stuck. I never got to summon the silver bell stuff. And it seems so weird and roundabout though. It's a huge mechanic in the game that like if you don't have it, it feels if you never see it, and it's very possible you could never see this mechanic, you're hamstrung like massively.
You're allowed to summon spirits.
Yeah, you can summon
in certain areas. Either it's an area that is difficult as far as like the fight is difficult, or during boss fights, you can summon a spirit to help you fight.
Yeah,
the bell.
Which was I think was put in the game. I think it was put in the game basically for people that didn't want to play multiplayer, but they wanted to give them like somebody to help them.
You can summon people to help you, like really.
Well, and here's the crazy. See, I don't play it. I don't play with the multiplayer. I don't want to do it. I hate seeing all those little messages all over the place. You
turn that off?
Yeah, I just turned off the multiplayer on it.
You can leave messages in the world that other people will see in their world.
Yes, and
there's
and
a voting system,
and they're all just,
goofball shit.
And they're all. I mean, like there's the actual helpful to cruddy is like everything. One is like there's a sign right in front of a cliff. Jump off for great treasure. You know, just like okay. You know,
there's a lot of trolling. Another cool thing is anytime you see a blood spot in the world, you can click it and it'll show you how that person died.
What's weird on the
It's fun.
PlayStation, it doesn't work really well. But half of the bloodstains don't work. It's like you're clicking on it.
It's been working for me. So you see this cliff with a sign on it, and then you see a blood spot there. You click the blood spot, and you see a guy. Like it shows you as their ghost, right? It's just like a little outline of them, and it just jumps off the cliff, and you're like, oh, that's where they get it.
That's
Yeah, it's really cool.
I was doing the Stormvale Castle, and I was being chased by this this big giant knight, and he had defeated me like 5 or 6 times, and after the next time I was fighting him, I ran down to get my runes, and I turned around and ran back. I was running back to this elevator, and I ran, and the way the elevators work, if they're not there, you pull a lever and the elevator comes down to you, which takes forever. But if the elevator's there, they each have a little switch in the middle of it that works. And so so he was this giant knight coming to kill me and just hammering my head again. And I ran to the elevator, and so I stepped on the switch, and then you hear the clink clink, and then the elevator goes up. It starts going up, and then I'm watching as the knight is like coming after me, and then he just walked right into the pit and fell. And all of a sudden it was like,
you get 2,000 runes.
Yeah, it was like 3,600 runes, and here's a special weapon that he had. And I was like, well, that's pretty sweet.
Gave you the weapon too.
I defeated it. It was just kind of like, because he was a great enemy, and he had.
You only have to kill the bosses once. They don't like. Yeah. So another thing about these games is like, in this game, it's called Grace. They're like little fires of grace, and when you rest at a place of grace, all monsters in the game respawn. So killed comes back. That's what we talk about farming, right? You go, you farm, you get some runes, and then you go back to the grace, rest, they respawn. You can kill them again, but bosses do not respawn. So they're one shot.
And the thing is that all the Souls games were all about farming at a certain point. Like you needed every single part of this one armor, and they were always dropped by these things. So you went and you just killed these same things over and over again until I finally gave you all the pieces.
Have you ever played a magic? So I'm playing a samurai with strength and dexterity, so I'm quick and I can hold. You can wield certain weapons in the game have like requirements, like you need 18 dexterity to wield this flail. Okay, I need to get 18. That's 18 levels of dexterity, and every level costs money. The soul, not souls, they're runes in this game. And
I read that
it's an escalating price. So you start at 1,000, right? Like I think that was the level 1 was 1,000 or 950 or something. And then it's 1,100, then it's 1,200, then it's 1,300, 1,400.
Are you learning to dance? You've got a book called Patchwork in the back.
That is a patch and tweak.
Oh, patch and tweak. Okay, never mind.
It's a modular synthesizer book.
All right. That's cool though.
But I'm not learning to dance.
I like the idea.
I already know how to
twerk better.
Yeah.
You already know how to
dance.
But
modular synths are cool too.
All right. Well, now you made me want to play Elden Ring. So unless somebody's got something really cool to talk about.
Patch and tweak. I like it.
You about all these like these are modules of my modular system.
If you're watching this and you haven't yet, go back.
Awesome,
go back. Black Flags.
What is
Stories from the Eye of the That's Will Herbert's game, man. It's Will's game.
I missed out the whole first whatever happened here.
Evan Evan is a game designer. Him and his buddy Ryan, they designed After the Empire, some little game that we sold thousands of copies of. So
awesome.
That we're currently waiting to find a spot on a ship to get the reprint over.
Yeah, that thing's going. It's finally going. It's exciting.
You haven't found a ship yet?
No, well, we told our freight person to just line us up and sign it. So we got to wait for them to find us a spot, right? And then we got to pay them the 18 grand or whatever it's going to cost to get it over. So, which now we're kind of worried it's going to cost even more, but
probably is it going back up again?
Well,
our bills have been sky high. I need to. The thing is, if you pause. I mean, you guys have paused, right? You got nothing to sell, so
right.
So it's a hard edge to battle, I guess.
Yeah.
You just got to either pay for it and get stuff to sell, or you get nothing and don't sell anything.
Right.
What do you want to do?
Dominate the Caribbean with my fleet. That's what I want to do.
Become a pirate.
Is that black? Is that Black Flag? Am I looking at the right thing?
Black Flags
Oh,
with the it's stories from the is the subtext on it.
Stories from the Eye of the Sea
There you go.
by
What's your
William
character, Lance? What do you
Ellery Hilburn.
Go back it, and if you already backed it, go back it again.
Oh, it's got Lance on it. Lance, you're on the cover.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
That
A
is-
young, with a younger beard though.
Yeah, totally. Like I said, I every once in a while, like I said, I'll like somebody will comment on one of my old videos and I'll pull it up and I'll see the before me.
Beard of a younger
Oh.
man.
Oh, look at you. You were so young. Look, your shoulders are straight. They're not all hunched over from the weight of the world.
Right.
Yeah. You look like you might have laughed, not sarcastically. But no.
Well, hey, listen, you guys, I really, really appreciate you bringing me on.
No, you can come back anytime you want to come back. Will just let us know. You can come back.
Okay, I'm honestly, like, admittedly a bit shy at first. Okay, so I was kind of just hanging out, you know what I mean? But I really did enjoy being on here and hanging out with you guys. So,
Well, like I've told anybody, whoever comes on, if you don't speak up, we won't ask you questions. So I mean, but
Well, I'm glad you were here because you laughed at one of my jokes. So
yeah.
which one?
I don't remember now. You were the
Okay.
only one laughing. So I was like,
Oh.
yes, that's my guy.
All I know is I got the Notebook reference on Forrest's backdrop.
Yeah, yeah.
There you go.
For like
The Notebook.
40 minutes, I was looking at that going, how I'm trying to compute, like, who is this his room or anyway, yeah.
He was an executive producer on that movie.
That's what I heard. That's what I heard.
Nice.
It's just a big joke, right? The reason why you have that on your wall.
Yeah, it's pretty much for the memes. I mean, you get a giant notebook poster, you're gonna hang it up. What are you gonna do with it?
Right. How
Really?
did you acquire the poster? I must know.
I was at a convention in Madison, Wisconsin, and they sold a whole bunch of movie posters dirt cheap. And this one was like, I don't know, like $5-10. Couldn't turn it down. It was such a good deal.
Yeah, you could. You're gonna say no, thank you. That's how you turn it down.
Wouldn't have it.
Why don't you do all your videos right in front of that? Just
I
and then
used
never
to.
explain it. And then never explain it.
I used to for a long time, and people were like, "You should be more professional." And I was like, "Damn it, you're right."
Now I'm gonna green screen the Notebook behind me.
Ahoy, me hearties, I have a story for you. Years ago, I was the high captain of a grand fleet of ships. Back then, life was never dull. Each new dawn brought with it dangers and riches abound. An excerpt from Black Flag, Stories of the Eye of the Sea.
Well done, my man. Well done. Hey, in the game, right? There's event cards, and so the player to your right reads the event to you, and anything that's written in red, you have to do your best pirate voice, and you lose by default.
Exactly.
Yeah. So
That makes sense.
That does make sense. All right, everybody. I'm gonna, like I said, it's
Are we
late.
done? We didn't even talk
No,
about games.
yeah, I'm tired, and plus, you
whatever.
kept talking about Elden Ring, and now I want to go play.
I'm gonna go watch the Obi-Wan trailer.
Go watch that. It looks good.
Yep.
Looks like that'll be good.
Lance, you didn't even mention. I'm not part of your long hair club anymore.
Well,
I'll
I mean,
chop it off.
It still
by the way-
looks long to me, man.
It's long, but it's not as long. I mean, it was down to here. It was
yeah, like I said, -2 strength.
You kind of got, is that called a Prince Valiant?
It's whatever Michelle could do. My wife.
And,
I like
we
it.
know, and I know you feel weaker now, right? You're not as strong.
No, I feel way better. By the way,
The curse of
just
Samson is
FYI,
true.
I did not really realize this, but if you stay in bed for 5 days and don't shower, because I mean, believe me, this is not me. I shower every day.
Were you sick?
Oh yeah, I had food poisoning.
Oh,
But
shit,
I could
I
not
didn't know
even
that.
get it together to get into the shower. I mean,
I
it
didn't know
was
that.
So
Okay.
bad. Yeah.
Sorry, man.
So your hair will tangle.
Yeah.
And I pulled out about 5 knots of hair, and I'm like, I can't. I got to stop pulling it because I couldn't get them out. Like, I mean, there was literally like balls of. It was fucking bad.
Yeah.
So I had this weird hair helmet of knots, I was like, how is this? How is not everybody like, whatever. Okay.
So you were
I'm like,
working
Nick,
on
Michelle, just
dreadlocks.
cut it out.
You know what?
Cut
I
all my
just
nuts out.
never had that problem, man. I've had long hair since I was like 6.
Yeah, I wonder what it
17 years
is.
old.
Like,
It's
maybe
called
just-
combing your hair every day.
I also
No.
haven't had that issue either.
Yeah. So
I don't either.
I mean, my beard will get knotted up, and that'll actually hurt when I comb my beard. But I mean,
Yeah, I mean, I normally comb my hair every day, but when I'm like vomiting and puking,
Yeah, that's fair.
or
Oh.
not puking, but the other thing.
I mean, you got
I
extra.
don't want to do anything,
You know.
and I was having like I don't want to talk about it, but basically, it was unbearable pain. And I've had
Let me
food poisoning.
describe what was emanating from.
I've had food poisoning quite often, and I've never had the level of cramping that I had.
Ugh.
It was just every 5 minutes it would hit me, and I'm
Jeez,
like, what
man,
the
that
fuck?
sounds
How do you stop this?
gnarly.
Yeah,
Rough,
super
bro.
bad.
There's like a bunch of different.
Salmonella.
There's a bunch of different bugs. Yeah, there's like Shigella and Salmonella and all these different dudes. And
think
they're
it's
all a
Salmonella.
little different. Yeah,
All the symptoms line up perfectly, and
yeah, I was
matched
a man.
exactly. So I figured, okay, that's got to be what it is.
So when you return to that restaurant, Scott?
I'm never ordering from there again. I mean, here's the thing. I feel like I should write to them and just say, hey, this is what happened. And I mean, I'm not going to hold them in blame.
No.
People,
Oh,
like who
that
does?
was my grievance. I forgot to tell you about this. Sorry, airing your grievance. I apologize. So on
That's my grievance,
Saturday,
by the way.
on Saturday we
Fuck
were
you, Scott.
on Saturday. My wife and I were heading to go do something, and we pulled into. We were early enough. It was still early enough to get McDonald's breakfast. And I rarely get McDonald's breakfast for whatever reason. I was just craving an egg McMuffin, just egg, ham, cheese, and that little McMuffin.
Canadian bacon, Lance. Not
Oh,
Sesame
whatever.
seed bun.
I was
Canadian
craving it,
bacon.
right? And that's the only thing I really like. I mean, I used
Lettuce,
to be able to
bacon,
have the
cheese,
bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit, but I mean, whenever I eat those now, it's like it always gives me like it goes right through. So I just didn't want that.
indigestion.
Yeah, it gives you indigestion, right? So I went there and I ordered it, and my wife got her bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit or whatever, and I got it, and they gave me a sausage, egg, and cheese McMuffin, and I hate breakfast sausage. I've never liked it. And I was like, God bless America, what is going on?
Oh, so they gave you the wrong item.
They gave me the wrong thing, but I was just like,
That is the
whatever,
worst.
it's like
You get home and then you figure it out.
No, we were driving to the place, and I opened it up, and it was the wrong thing, and I was like, well, this is stupid. So I was like, whatever.
Could have just stopped at another McDonald's.
I could have, but I didn't really want to. So
That's
then,
not like-
but it was like right at the end of breakfast, so I wasn't gonna be able to go back and get it.
They serve
so-
breakfast all day now, don't they?
No, they don't. They don't anymore anyway.
I wish.
So, or at least
What?
not the one
I
I
thought
have.
that's
So
been around for a
then,
long time.
The pandemic.
today, because they had teacher planning, school was 2 hours late, so my kids had to go to school 2 hours late. So I took them to school, but I was heading back. I was like, there's McDonald's. I can finally get my egg McMuffin that I want. And I was just so happy. And I pulled into the same place, pulled in the drive-through, did the whole thing, got my wife her bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit that she likes, got my whatever. And I
McMuffin.
got
McMuffin, no sauce.
Canadian bacon,
Sausage.
whatever. I get home, open up the bag, same goddamn thing. Another sausage, egg. I was just like, mother. And I was just like, and I was
You
like,
should
and I
check
was
the
just-
bag, dude.
And there's a
Yeah, and-
16-year-old in there going,
Laughing
"It's
his
this guy
balls
again."
off.
and I was just like, God damn it. So then I brought my wife her sandwich, and I went upstairs, and I normally wouldn't, but I was like, motherfucker, I'm gonna call him, because I was just pissed. And I just
Called
like
McDonald's.
So I called McDonald's. This guy
Good
answered
luck
the
there.
phone. He's like, oh, it's like whatever, something McDonald's. How can I help you? And I was like, who do I complain to? And he said, well, that'll be me. And I was like, so here's the deal. And I told him the thing twice in a row now. This happened to me. And he's like, oh man, I'm really sorry. What did he's like, what did your receipt say? And I was like, the receipt said, egg McMuffin. I said number one, like, just, it's like and I'll take a Coke for the drink, and just like. And he's just like, yeah, that doesn't make a lot of sense. And he's like, hold on a second. And there was like, whatever. And and then he comes back and he says to me, yeah, actually, I just found out we've been having a problem with this for a while now. And I was like, what do you mean? He's like, yeah, so like it'll show up on the screen correctly, your screen, and it even shows up on your receipt correctly. But our feedback on our TV, for whatever reason, when somebody orders number one, it comes up as a number two. And it's been intermittently happening now for like the last week or so. And I was like,
Fix the glitch.
I was like, "Are you gonna fix it?" I was just like,
Intermittent problem. That fucker's never.
he's
getting
like,
fixed.
I'll be working here until like 6 tonight. If you want to come back, I can treat you to a meal if you want. I was like, I really don't want to
I
go
get
back
you
to
a Big
McDonald's
Mac.
to get a meal. I said I wanted an egg McMuffin, and he's like, well, I'll make sure I have my boss send you some coupons. And I was just like, yeah, well, I'll
Coupons.
hold.
They
I'll
don't.
hold.
So they don't do the breakfast all day anymore. Man, I guess it's been a while since.
And
I've
I
had
said,
it.
I'll hold my goddamn breakfast. So, and yes, Kabuki Kid, Coke with breakfast, because I don't like coffee. I don't like the smell of coffee. I don't enjoy any sort of hot liquid other than a good soup. Because
You know what?
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, McDonald's breakfast, the best thing is that breakfast platter. That's like 1,800 calories, but that thing is the best.
But the pancake breakfast.
It is so bad health wise.
I'm sure.
I don't think
I
you're
kinda
going to
remember when I
McDonald's
worked
for
there.
health there.
Because I always drew the 5 a.m. Saturday morning shift, which sucks.
You know what I used
As
to
a
like? I
teenager.
used to love their egg white delight McDonald's, but then got rid of it. It was
Egg white
like
delight.
yeah, it was
Shitty egg sandwich.
Yeah, no, it was ham, it was egg whites, and it was like a skim milk cheese and
What's healthy?
on a well the
Cardboard.
English muffin wasn't healthy, but I mean, but yeah, I used to get the egg white delight all the time. It was a delight. And then they got rid of it.
Right.
Just to piss you off.
Oh yeah, why? You know,
Just
it was
to
something
piss-
I enjoyed, so they just took it away. They were
People
like,
love that stuff, man. At my coffee
bet.
shop, we sell so many breakfast sandwiches, like bagels, breakfast bagel sandwiches.
yeah.
People go
Yeah.
crazy for
You have
it.
a
Well,
bagel?
they used to for the longest time. They used to have a steak, egg, and cheese bagel at McDonald's. And that was pretty damn good.
Steak, egg, and cheese.
Did they call it a
Steak, egg, and cheese.
stagel?
I don't know, but it was good.
It
Stagel?
was a mixed stagel.
Just stagel?
It was actually pretty dang tasty.
Sounds good.
Steak, egg,
Yeah.
and
That's why they
cheese.
stopped it.
It costs too much to make.
Did I have I told
Sounds
you guys
great.
about the cheddar melt McDonald's? Is that when I was
No.
a teenager? That was
No,
my
but-
jam, man. Because when I worked there, you get a free sandwich for lunch or whatever. They had this cheddar melt. It was a big no, it was the quarter pounder meat. You know, the big
Uh-huh.
patty.
Yeah, yeah.
Sauteed onions, which were really sauteed onions, like for
Right.
real, like
Legit,
on
yeah.
the grill, and a cheddar cheese like spread, like a melty. It was so good. Oh my god,
Like
I'm just thinking
Velveeta
about
kinda
it, I was,
stuff?
like, dying. It was on a rye bun. It was like the best thing they've had. I haven't seen it since the '80s. I'm like, man, I wish they would bring it back. They keep bringing that stupid McRib back.
McRib.
I don't like the McRib.
Well, you know what Wendy's had at one time? Wendy's had the Wendy's jalapeno cheddar double melt,
Sounds
which
good.
it was like basically take a monster burger,
Yeah.
and then so put 2 patties on there, put a bunch of put 4 pieces of bacon, put like 2 different kinds of cheese, and it was just it was absolutely amazing. And they had it
With the
forever,
double
right?
bypass.
It was
Yeah.
jalapeno,
Then you have a
Wendy's
triple
jalapeno
bypass
double
surgery.
melt, jalapeno cheddar double
Well, that
melt.
was a triple bypass.
But I remember I would go there because there's a Wendy's near US Bank, and I would go there to go get food. And me and this other guy, he'd always say, yeah, I want one too. And it tasted so it had no business being from Wendy's because how good it tasted. I mean, it was like each bite was just delicious. And I remember, and I come back, I go there, and I get them, and then there's like a Wendy's, and then one day I pulled up, and because it was a special limited time offer, kind of, right? And they no longer had the little Eve, and I was just like, and I said, she's like, what can I get you? And I was like, oh man, you don't have the jalapeno double melt anymore. Oh no, we can still make it for you. We just don't have the side. And I was just like, oh my gosh, thank you so much. And I remember I was like, and I got it. And then for another 3-4 weeks, and I remember I pulled up one day and I was like, yeah, jalapeno double meal, please. Oh, I'm sorry, we no longer have that. And it was just like, there was this moment where I had this like where I heard like the
You cleared out their batch done, man.
And I was just I kind of just sat there for a while, and I was like, sir. And I said, never mind. And I just
I'll just back out, please. Dude, there's a place in Portland. The backyard is like a bunch of volleyball pits, but they have this burger. It's like brisket, bacon, sausage, burger patty.
Message.
See, that just sounds like
sauce.
it's too much. That's too much.
It was too much, but it was like awesome.
No, and I just I always
Like
just,
onion rings.
I always have this hope and this dream that one day they'll bring back the jalapeno double melt.
Yeah, if I ever go, when I go to Taco Bell on the rare occasion, I always order the Mexi Melts to see if they'll do it. But I've bought them out the last three or four times I've tried it.
What was in the Mexi Melt?
Meat, cheese, pico.
Was it a quesadilla thing?
It was a tortilla with meat, cheese, and queso.
Yeah,
Those were good.
But it was so good.
I never got one of those. I was always just bean burrito. Bean burrito.
They'll never
You
keep
guys
that.
been to Springfield, Missouri?
What's that?
Have any of you guys ever been to Springfield, Missouri?
Yes.
it's middle of nowhere. So here we have cashew chicken. Like, I don't know if they have cashew chicken at like
God
outside.
bless you.
What?
You meant to say Missouri.
Like, it's basically like this guy named Leon, right? He had a restaurant, Leon's, of course. He created a dish for like the president or something came to Springfield or whatever. So he created this dish, and it's basically like, catering to like Midwestern, like it's basically deep fried chicken. You know what I mean? With this, like, it's basically fried chicken with
like
gravy.
nuggets.
Yeah, and it is. I mean, literally, like I lived in Phoenix for a couple years, and they had like cashew chicken. But like, you guys have to try like Springfield style cashew
I
chicken.
think my mother-in-law talks about cashew chicken. I wonder if it's the same.
Huh.
She's from Iowa.
Yeah, it probably is. I mean, because it's very much a Midwest kind of
Yeah.
delicacy. But yeah, anyway, it's actually what this Springfield is really probably known for, other than Brad Pitt. You know what I mean? But
Sounds good.
anyway,
Well, he's a
it's
treasure.
really
It sounds amazing.
Cool.
I'd eat it.
But it's not Asian at all.
cashew, scallions, deep fried chicken, and like basically like brown gravy, but it's like an Asian type gravy. It's so good.
Oh, okay. So it's sort of Asian.
You guys ever had those waffle and chicken waffle?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Roscoe's.
Yeah,
I've never
Roscoe's.
had- I mean, I've had Roscoe's.
I've never been to Roscoe's, but I've had. Yeah.
So yeah, there's a place called Yardbird here in Dallas now, and they've got chicken and waffles, and it's
Is Tom Petty
costs
in
like
there?
$60. It's fine.
$60.
It's like the most expensive chicken you'll ever have, but it is really the best chicken you'll ever have. It's from Vegas. It's out of Vegas, and it just opened. We've had it
For
a few times.
$60, it better be the best fucking chicken I've
It,
ever
it
had.
really is. I mean, I'm not
60
joking.
Pieces of chicken from
Fucking awesome.
KFC.
It's way better than cake.
All right.
And they
Well,
brine it for 30 hours, and then they buttermilk.
Yeah.
Yeah, so good.
Uh,
So good.
Elden Ring calls, gentlemen. I'm sorry. I have to
Yeah, that's what I figured.
go find another
Gotta go
farming
level
area, and
Gotta
so
go farm up for a couple hours.
Yeah.
So the next boss with one.
Well,
hit.
there's another place where now I can kill all the guys in it, but like in one run through takes me about 7 minutes, and it earns me like 8,000 runes.
Oh,
so-
Yardbirds didn't have Tom Petty.
no.
No.
It was
Yeah.
Clapton.
Eric
Clapton,
Clapton.
Page.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I saw where you were going with that though, and I dug it. You know what I mean?
What was the name of that band with Tom Petty and
The Heartbreakers.
no? not
Oh,
that
the
one.
other one.
It was a
Highwaymen?
super group.
Traveling Wilburys.
Traveling
One more
Wilburys.
Wilburys.
Traveling Wilburys. That's
That super
Yeah.
group. Is anybody still alive from that super group?
I don't
think
think
so.
so.
Well, I don't know. Bob
Roy
Dylan.
Orbison.
Yeah, Bob-
Yeah, Dylan.
Yeah.
Bob Dylan and
Jeff Lynne, Roy
Leon-
Orbison,
Leon-
Jeff Lynne is still alive.
George Harrison. not alive.
Bob Dylan and
Uh,
Jeff Lynne are the only ones left alive.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for bringing that up. No, I'm depressed.
Sorry about that.
Yeah,
But-
that's what Paul Tompkins was talking about Yardbird. That's where we found it on a random that we were driving, walking by it, and we were like, Yardbird chicken. Okay, let's try it. $100 later, it's like, oh my god, it's the best chicken I've ever had.
Did While My Guitar Gently Weeps. That video
That's,
with Prince. Have you seen that one?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, so freaking good every single
That
time.
was at
I'm like,
the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame?
yeah,
I believe
yeah,
it was, yeah.
so freaking good.
Yeah.
All right, that's all I have to say
No
about that.
BGG con, Alan. A lot of Dice Tower.
All right. I'm serious. I gotta go.
All right.
You guys keep on talking.
Margaret is
but-
waiting for you.
Yes.
Keep talking.
All right,
Go
everybody.
grind your way to another whatever you're trying to get to.
Thanks for